morning, everybody, on this July the 2nd, 2025, and three of us are live. That's right.
That's right. The three amigos.
The three amigos are here.
Party boat.
And a short week for us. This is our last show before the break.
Yes.
Oh, darn.
Thank God.
Off tomorrow, off Friday, back on Monday. It's fine. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Will the whole cast be here on Monday?
No.
Oh.
No, Rafe's going to be out Monday.
What the hell?
It's a whole thing. But hey, maybe you're going away for 4th of July, and maybe today's the day you start your road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe today's the day you hit the road.
Mm-hmm.
If the wife says, hey, I pack snacks for the car.
You know you married the right person.
No,
Oh.
that sucks.
Come on.
Yeah.
That sucks.
You're
It's gonna
saving
be
money
healthy.
that way.
You're going to have healthy
no.
options. You don't have to worry about potato chips or anything.
No,
Right.
just go, oh, thank you, honey, and then conveniently forget all the snacks she packed on the counter.
No, she won't forget. But you can go in when you get gas and get your shock tarts or whatever you need.
No. Hey, can we stop to get some food? Oh, I think I packed bananas. Nobody wants to eat a banana on the road.
O'Doyle rules.
I
If you
think
throw that thing out, somebody's
Yeah.
going to wreck.
I
know, be
think
careful.
I packed some apples. How would you like an apple? Okay, we could eat an apple now, or we could stop at the gas station and get a giant bag of Doritos. Which sounds better?
Huh?
Or why can't you just have both?
You can't have both.
You already spent the money on one.
You can't have both.
All these foods aren't going to eat themselves, okay?
No.
I'll eat it all. I like taking things from my house. I'm a hybrid. I take things from my house, but then I also do stock up at the gas station because the gas station has everything I want.
Oh, I brought plantain chips. Oh, great. I was going to get Gardettos.
You're going to go on a trip soon. What are you going to
Tomorrow.
stock up for? Like, what are you going to eat? What's you're driving, you're by yourself.
I'm going by myself tomorrow. I'm
Give me the
leaving at
spread.
around 9 o'clock in the morning, driving out to Oxford, Ohio.
Heck yeah.
Oxford, Ohio. Lovely Oxford, Ohio.
Especially
Right.
this time of year.
About 5 hours and 45 minutes away.
Nice. What do you have? What do you eat?
I don't know. You know what? My wife's going to say, hey, why don't you grab some stuff from the cupboard? I'll put some stuff in a cooler for you. I'm going to say no thanks.
Great wife.
I'm going to say no thanks.
Think about it. It's saving you time and money. And you just
No, the road trip is all about stopping to get snacks.
I agree.
Calories don't
Why don't
count
you
on the road.
start it like this where you just eat whatever she
I'm not gonna.
Like a little meal at the very beginning. And then when you get to Pontiac, you stop at Wally's and you have...
Am I passing through Pontiac? I don't know.
I think so, right? Up to Ohio?
Why do I need to go to Wally's when I have a Wally's here?
Because it's more fun when you're out of town. You
An
bounce in.
out-of-town Wally's?
Yeah. You can get your passport
No,
stamped.
it's, I don't know. One of the big disappointments in life
What?
is when the wife packs snacks for the car.
I disagree entirely. Not as a wife, but as a person who wishes she had a wife. You know how cool that would be if Tim would just pack up a cooler for me out of love for the road
No, speaking of love, you stop at the Loves and you get snacks.
and take a shower.
This
you know
is
how
when
you
you
do.
eat your. This is when you eat your McDonald's or your. Hey, what do they got here?
No,
They got
no.
Arby's. Fine.
Don't you
That'll
dare
do.
bring that McDonald's into this 5-hour road trip. That's when you really screw up because then you lose a fry and then the whole rest of the trip and you smell like the fries until you get home and
No.
can clean
Well.
it out.
And Love's is cool because you can buy a briefcase.
That is cool.
I'm not looking for a briefcase. I'm looking to satiate my hunger.
I love
Not
that
with an
briefcase.
apple. Oh, peaches are in season. Great. I don't
yeah.
care.
And
Leave them
nectarine.
at home. Road trips are all about stopping for snacks. It's about eating that whole bag of Doritos and wiping your
Hands
cheesy
everywhere.
hands on your shirt. I know I got leather seats, but they'll be clean.
You better not.
I'll
That's a
clean
new
them off
vehicle.
later.
You can't
Those
eat
are
in that.
tan seats. You better be careful over there.
I'll clean them off later.
Yeah, eat healthy. That way you don't have to worry.
You guys know what I'm talking about. I pack snacks. Get out of here.
You're not even telling us what kind of snacks
Yeah,
you're
what-
going to have.
Yeah, what are you getting?
I think I'm going to probably get. I will definitely get a bag of Doritos.
Yeah. What flavor?
Probably regular.
Nacho cheese. Cool.
Regular. That should. I'll probably get a snack every time I stop for gas, and maybe 1 or 2 times stopping for gas.
Okay. Will you do like a breakfast, lunch, dinner type of snack stop?
No, I should be. I should be in Ohio
by dinner.
by like 3:30.
Nice.
So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be wild and carefree. I don't care there's no plans. Whatever catches me at that moment, that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
Oh, man. Hostess cupcake. You know what I mean?
I usually don't go sweets.
That's
I
unfortunate.
usually don't go sweets in the car.
I do. Sweetmobile.
Sweet.
I usually grab something savory.
I like the pickle sunflower seed.
Me too.
Nah, then you got to spit them somewhere. I'm not spitting in the car.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah.
I have a spit cup. It's very
No, I'm not.
disgusting
It's
to ride with
disgusting.
me.
I have a bucket I'm trying to fill up. It's 5 gallon. It's taken me about 4 years so far.
I'm going to put on the radio and let's see what happens.
What do you
Let's
listen
go.
to? You jam?
I may have like Spotify tell me what to listen to.
You should
I like
listen
to play
the
that
show
game.
and air check yourself.
Oh God.
Can I log
See
in
how
and
great we are. Hello.
I can update your
No.
playlist the whole time?
Well, okay, so then you get to Ohio, and then you immediately do what upon getting, you check into the
I
hotel?
check into my hotel, and then I don't know. It's a college town, and I was told to go wander the campus, which I may do.
Gonna fit right in? Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Well, school's out, so nobody's there.
Well, you're looking for prospect schools. I might go here. Cool. Look, who's the cool guy with the beard?
Yeah, wow. He must be from the city.
He must be a professor because he looks very smart.
Ah, yes, women's lib.
What? Yes. Are you the new women's lib professor? Right this way, sir.
Scott Daniel Rizzuto, professor of women's liberation.
I'm there to pick up my son who's at Miami of Ohio, some hockey camp out there. So I'm going to grab him Friday, and then we're going to drive back. But I'm going to have pretty much the whole day to myself tomorrow,
That'll be fun.
which is great.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
What's your wife doing?
I don't know.
Oh, I'll call her.
Not my concern.
She's
We'll
going to
go to
have
the
all the
Not-
snack foods that he normally can't have.
She's gonna cherish the moments I'm not there.
Yeah.
It's going to be her and my daughter. I don't know what they're doing. I didn't ask.
Oh, mother-daughter weekend? That's awesome.
It's just a couple days.
Or
It's just
whatever.
Thursday. We'll be back Friday evening.
Don't you think she kind of wants maybe the whole weekend?
Yeah, why don't you guys just stay away for a
I
little
want
while?
to be home. I want to be home. I want to be home because that's where all my stuff is, and I like the way I set it up.
Okay.
And I don't want to go anywhere. I'm going on my little 1.5 day trip. Stay in a hotel by myself. Eat what I want. No guilt. I'm going to come home. Then have a nice long weekend with the family.
That's great.
We've got no barbecue plans or anything.
You don't?
That's the best.
No.
I do.
No, I think we got some stuff to do around the house. But if you are throwing a 4th of July party,
Yes.
a new poll found it won't be a perfect party unless it has these 4 things.
Okay.
So 2,000 people were asked to name the top must-have things at a 4th of July party. So the top things we'd be bummed to not see there. Number 1, your classic barbecue foods. And you can get fancy if you want. But half said they'd be bummed if things like burgers and hot dogs were not an option too. Again, you can get fancy, but you got to have the staples. You have to have the staples at your party. And then you got to have your fireworks, of course, on your 4th of July party. Fireworks must have. Then you got to have great music. So make sure you got a playlist ready to go, or shameless plug, turn on this radio station.
Well,
Heck
this
yeah.
radio station, but also the Blow Your Fingers Off to This Volume 1 and 2, which will come out later today from the Rizzuto Show.
It's a
Yeah,
great playlist.
we're going to play some tunes today, and we're going to put a playlist out from the show. So this playlist, The Point's going to be doing special programming all weekend. And, of course, your outdoor games. You have to have outdoor games.
Bags, cornhole, horseshoe,
Lawn darts.
Well, I will tell you,
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. No, nobody's
It's for
playing
the
Yahtzee.
indoor lame people.
So you have to have your classic barbecue foods, your fireworks, your great music, and your outdoor games. So if you're hanging out in the backyard and you want to crank up the fun, what are the best backyard games of all time? I think the weather's supposed to be pretty good on Friday. Am I right?
Yeah.
What's the weather looking like on
Oh,
Friday?
it's beautiful. It doesn't start raining until Sunday.
Great.
Well, the ultimate one, if you have a big enough yard, is wiffle ball.
Okay, so I have the 10 best backyard games of all time. This is in order
Okay.
from best to worst. So you say wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Wiffle ball on this list, and I don't know who came up with this list, but I agree with it.
An
It looks
expert.
good. Wiffle ball is number 3 on the list.
Great.
Wiffle ball, invented By a dad in Connecticut back in 1953, wiffle ball is essentially backyard baseball made easy. Swinging those light plastic bats just feels good, and it is the perfect game for all ages. So wiffle ball is the third best backyard game of all time.
Show me horseshoes.
Horseshoes is number 6.
Very good.
Horseshoes. A little more old school and maybe not the best for little kids. You know, those horseshoes are heavy. But if you got a sand pit, you've got peak chill vibes.
Bags. Cornhole /
Cornhole's
bags.
number 1. That is the king of backyard games. Cornhole is almost always at barbecues and tailgates. It's easy to learn. It's surprisingly competitive. And yes, you could totally play with a drink in your hand. That's why it's number 1. Is cornhole, is that fairly new?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. This was like a early 2000s kind of thing where it started popping up at homes of rich people. No, I don't know. Whenever I go to my rich hillbilly friend's house, they always had the cool
Your rich
hillbilly golf.
hillbilly
Yeah.
friend's house.
Oxymoron.
You know, like my cousin Donna. You know her.
Yeah,
Hot
cousin Donna.
Yeah.
No, but they have like hillbilly golf, and they had cornhole.
I had cornhole, and we called it cornhole in Illinois, in Columbia, Illinois, like in high school. Like I remember guys would make the boxes and
dang.
stuff, and like
Okay.
make their own, or their moms would like sew their bean bags. And now we call it bags because I guess we've grown up. I mean, cornhole's
The history of cornhole is a bit of a mystery with multiple origin stories circulating, while some accounts trace it back to 14th century Germany.
Oh, wow.
Others suggest Native American origins or even a Kentucky farmer from the 1800s. Regardless of its exact origin, cornhole gained popularity in the Midwest, particularly in Ohio, around 15 years ago. It evolved from a casual backyard game to a competitive sport with organized tournaments and leagues. Cincinnati, Ohio is often cited as the place where cornhole experienced a significant resurgence in popularity. And the game became a popular pastime at picnics and gatherings, eventually spreading throughout the Midwest. We never grew up with this as an East Coaster until I moved here. And even when I did move here, so that was 23 years ago, 15 years ago is really when it started taking off. So cornhole is the number 1 backyard game.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
it is. It's a lot of fun, and the bummer is my wife's really good at it.
Is she really?
Yeah.
I hate whenever people are so good and then they
Yeah.
step up there and they're just swooshing them in.
And they're draining them.
Dude, I just
Yeah.
want to smoke everybody.
I've found myself watching it on ESPN2, the competitive leagues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know such thing exists.
Yeah, they show it quite a bit. Like if you're scrolling through the guide, it'll say, ESPN will be like, whatever major sport. ESPN2, like, oh, cornhole. Okay.
Are they allowed to have a beer in one hand and the bag
No,
in the other?
these guys are great and they're sponsored and it's
really?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
I want to see what shoes they have to wear.
What about like frisbee golf? Is that a thing?
Frisbee golf.
That'll be a top one pretty soon.
No. What is hillbilly golf, by the way? People want to know.
Hillbilly
It's
golf?
the one where you have, what is it, like 3, it's a little plastic thing, and you have 3 little,
Rings?
almost like a ladder. It looks like a ladder, and you throw these the little golf balls with a string attached to
Oh,
them.
that's called ladder ball.
Ladder ball.
Ladder
That's number
ball.
8 on this list. Invented by a Pennsylvania mailman and made famous in the 2000s. Ladder ball or ladder toss is deceptively strategic and seriously addictive. So ladder ball is what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's number 8. Can jam, which a lot of people are texting it about. Can jam, yeah, on the Schreier text line. A bunch of people can
yes.
jam. That
That's
really
the
fun.
disc
It's like
golf.
frisbee. It's frisbee and cornhole in one. Pretty new.
It looks awesome.
Pretty awesome. Have played that.
I might invest in that, actually.
Bocce ball's number 2, or some people call it bocce ball.
Sorry.
You don't need a fancy lawn for it, just a patch of dirt or gravel will do. It's part bowling, it's part lawn chess. Great for all ages.
Are washers on this list?
Washers, no. That's specifically here, isn't it?
I don't know, because that was right
Washers.
before cornholes got big in Missouri. Washers was the hot thing.
Yeah, washers and horseshoes, the same thing, right?
Yeah.
No,
not far
well,
off, not
I mean,
far off.
horseshoes has the
Those-
little stick
yeah,
up, and then washers is just into a. It's
Little
kind of
cup.
like cornhole, but it's
Yeah.
in a box, like
In
a
a box
smaller
with
little.
the box with a little hole in the middle.
Yeah.
The history of washer is also known as washer pitching or washer toss is somewhat unclear, but it's believed to have originated in the United States in the mid-20th century. Some theories suggest it evolved from earlier games like something I can't pronounce.
I think it came from my dad's friend
Quoits?
Gary's garage. I think he invented it.
Quoits, or even ancient Greek games involving stone throwing. Yeah, it's another Midwest. Washers is a strictly Midwest game.
Okay.
Two-hand touch or flag football is number 4, true American classic.
Yep.
All you need is a football and maybe some makeshift flags. There's always, that one cousin who takes it way too seriously.
Sorry.
But isn't that part of the fun? And then you got kickball. Kickball is basically
heck yeah.
gym class nostalgia in your backyard, whether you call it soccer, baseball, or football rounders. It's all about running around like a kid again. We mentioned horseshoes at number 6. Badminton is number 7. Badminton sucks.
Oh, come on.
We play badminton in my house.
Terrible.
You get that shuttle?
You get one volley across, and
It's a mess. The shuttlecock.
badminton is good in theory, but everybody sucks at it. And you get bored really quick.
Jerry's
and
got
let's be honest.
a little net. Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's good for 5 minutes when everybody's trying to volley back and forth.
You get hot.
And when you finally get it over the net, the other person doesn't hit it or gets it in the net,
Right.
and then you're like, screw this.
Because it's also
This game sucks.
one of the sports where you can't have it under a tree. There's no shade involved in that one. It's always out in the middle of a field and it's hot. But it is fun. We have one at home.
But do you actually play it? Like, honestly?
Oh, yeah. We've played it probably twice.
Okay.
About 5 years
Probably
of having
twice.
it. Yeah.
By the way, 314 checking in. I have a yard Yahtzee. I'm curious. What is a yard Yahtzee?
It doesn't exist. This person's making it up. But badminton, as a number 7 on this list of the best backyard games of all time, I will disagree with that.
Yeah,
It
I
should be
think
off the
that's
list.
fallen
Badminton's
off.
terrible. They say it takes a little setup, but once you're battling that shuttlecock back and forth, things get competitive fast. Plus, who doesn't enjoy the satisfying boing of a good rally? Mm-hmm. Sure, if you could rally. Mentioned ladder ball. Lawn darts was 9. The original version was basically backyard weapons, but today's lawn darts are kid safe
Aw.
and still fun. You toss them into a target circle and see who racks up the most points.
What about volleyball? Like pool volleyball?
That's a great one.
That's in the yard. Right?
Pool volleyball is great.
I love pool volleyball.
Terrible workout.
Pool volleyball is awesome.
Sucks being in the deep end,
Yes. Gosh, it wears
Or
you
just
out
straight
very
up,
quickly.
I remember when I first went to my wife's parents' house they used to have big backyard barbecues. And all the Russians would gather around and play volleyball. It was very competitive, and I was warned. These people get very competitive.
That's nice.
And they were right. They were very competitive. And I don't know how many times I heard, now that I can understand a little Russian, I now understand a lot of them were saying, this guy sucks in Russian.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Which is okay. Croquet was number 10.
Oh,
Here's your fancy pick. Croquet is an old school, slow-paced, and perfect for anyone sipping a drink. Sipping a drink that has a garnish in it.
I feel like Alice in Wonderland when I play croquet.
It makes you feel a little bit aristocratic, even if it's just in your backyard.
But that's another one of those that everyone owns a set. And we got one, I think maybe someone gave it to us when we got married or something like that, but we've had it for 5 years. I think it's been used maybe twice or 3
Get
times.
it out this weekend.
I guess so.
Dude, apparently yard Yahtzee is a thing.
All right, so you can
Yard Yahtzee.
suck
I
this.
apologize, Lern, because there are multiple people.
Thank you, people.
On the Schreier text line saying yard Yahtzee is a thing.
I'd love to know how to play and see it. I love indoor Yahtzee, so I probably love yard Yahtzee.
Yardsy or yard Yahtzee. So shout out to also hide and seek, tag, spike ball, can jam we mentioned, beer pong, and ultimate frisbee if your yard is big. But there you go. You have to have some backyard games going for your 4th of July extravaganza.
Well, yeah.
It goes along with the fireworks and the great music. And let's talk about the classic barbecue foods you're going to have. So the American Farm Bureau Federation released its annual report of the cost of an average 4th of July cookout. And it's actually down a tad from last year, but not enough to really move the needle. So the average backyard barbecue for 10 people will cost $70.92 this year. Down 30 cents from 2024. That's just over $7 a person. Boy, that seems mighty low.
I agree. That doesn't sound like that's going to be enough food.
Well, that's some high-end food you're getting, I think. That's got to be just your
that's your basics.
Is that just if you're eating beans?
They say inflation and lower availability for some stuff keeps prices stubbornly high. If you're just doing burgers and dogs, it might be even less. But if you're doing ribeyes, obviously it's going to be more. But the 12 items they factor in: ground beef, chicken, pork chops, buns, cheese, potato salad, pork and beans, potato chips, cookies, ice cream, strawberries, and lemonade. And maybe that's an okay list if you're all teetotalers. I feel like $70 is more like the average beer budget for a backyard barbecue, but that's just me. Now, if you've ever had to make an emergency grocery run for baked beans, it may have been during a summer cookout. So what's peaking in popularity this week as far as food goes? The number one thing, and this is from Instacart, is canned baked beans.
Yes. Love them.
Yeah.
Canned baked beans, this is their week.
Yep.
Then hot dog buns, watermelons, hot dogs, hamburger buns, popsicles, pickles, mayonnaise, potato chips, lemonade and limeade. Those are the big things this week.
No caviar or anything?
No. This is America. Eating caviar.
Baked beans is the caviar of
Yes,
America.
it is.
Okay.
You're right. It's totally the baked beans, and they have the best commercials.
Yeah, isn't that what's cowboy caviar? You heard of that, right?
Cowboy
No, I'm
caviar.
gonna look that up.
Somebody
like a
made that for me
cheese?
once. No, it's like baked beans and corn or
Oh, heck, it's like a dip.
Oh, yes. It's like a salsa.
Yeah.
isn't it beans in there?
Yes.
Black-eyed peas, pickled vinaigrette, bean salad. You eat it with tortilla chips.
That looks great.
Also known
Cowboy
as
caviar.
Texas caviar as well.
That's a perfect barbecue food.
Yeah,
That's a great one. But also this week is peak s'more season.
Oh, yes. Made them last week. And
This week is peak s'more season.
Listen, don't sleep on the fudge sickle Keebler cookies, fudge stripes. Making those the graham cracker and the chocolate. You get marshmallows and the fudge stripe cookies, and you do that. It's a dream.
Oh, so you take a fudge stripe
2 fudge stripe cookies
because it's got the chocolate at the bottom already.
Yeah. Saves
So you
a
got
little
the
time.
marshmallow. Oh wow!
Wow.
It's very good. A little softer than like a graham cracker is. I feel
I
like a
never
graham
even
cracker-
thought of doing that because it's basically got the chocolate built into the graham cracker, but you're using the fudge stripe cookie as your graham cracker.
It's
That
delish.
sounds terrific.
That is a
Never
great
thought of
idea.
doing that. Well, what about, and you've heard about using like peanut butter cups instead of like the regular Hershey's chocolate.
I bet that's. I've never done it, but I bet that's
delicious.
That'll raise up that price.
Yes.
Probably $80 now.
I can clear a sleeve of fudge stripe cookies in 2 hours.
But being that it is peak s'mores season, so it is peak s'more season this week. Is this the perfect way to make a s'more? Now, number one, you got the roasting technique. Most people agree that the marshmallow and how you roast it is the most critical part of the s'mores equation. They found that the ideal roasting time is exactly 2 minutes and 37 seconds over medium heat. So not in the fire, like not with your stick in the fire,
Right.
Right above.
right above.
Man. Just toast it where it's all brown.
So the chocolate. While traditional milk chocolate works fine, darker chocolate gives it an extra flavor punch. And they suggest using a chocolate that's about 70% cocoa. And the chocolate should be softened by the fire just before sandwiching it. And then you got your graham cracker. It provides the crunch. It provides the structure that holds the whole thing together. So a slightly honey-flavored graham cracker tastes the best, and the cracker should be warmed for 12 seconds on each side before assembly to enhance the texture and the flavor profile.
I've never heated that up.
And then the ratio. When you finally go to assemble, the perfect s'more will have a ratio that's 2 parts graham cracker, 3 parts marshmallow, and 1 part chocolate.
I
That
love
sounds great.
the flavor of a s'more. It is maybe my favorite sweet flavor.
I wonder when that,
Who invented the s'more so I can kiss them on the mouth? Because thank you, God.
It says the Girl Scouts are credited with the first publication
Okay, I will not be
of the
kissing the Girl
s'mores
Scouts.
recipe.
I thank them
why are the
deeply.
police-
Yeah, the police are woo! No, thank you, Girl Scouts.
Yeah, thank you. You'll kick the recipe
Incredible.
book. Kiss.
Yeah, I like a marshmallow that's burnt.
Me too.
That's like
A little questionable.
a little. It's not fully carbonated.
Like you feel like you're going to get sick. Like this will contribute to like the microplastics in your body. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
I like it when light's on fire and it gets black, but it's still in the middle. Mm-hmm. It's still soft and kind of runny in the middle. I hate the word gooey. I'm not going to use that word.
I
Thank
like when it has the hard shell because it's so burnt on the outside. And you can just lift it off of the stick. And then sometimes like the middle gooey part, like the little nubbin will stay back
Stays.
and you just eat the outer
Right.
coating. So good.
Ever, and just on the food tip here, ever have a late night grilled cheese or like a bowl of ice cream before bed, only to wake up in the middle of a bizarre, unsettling dream?
Maybe.
Oh, I guess, yeah, those are connected.
So sugar?
Yeah, no, eating dairy before bed, they're saying, gives you nightmares.
Ooh, eating dairy makes it scary.
And a team of scientists looked into whether eating dairy before bedtime could actually give you nightmares. And they surveyed over 1,000 college students about their eating and sleeping habits. And the results, people who are lactose intolerant or who have other food allergies tend to have more nightmares and worse sleep in general. Apparently, the stomach issues that come with lactose intolerance can sneak into your dreams and turn them weird or downright scary.
That's strange.
And
That's
one of the study's authors and a psychologist explained that their findings confirmed what they suspected. Lactose intolerance is linked to more disturbed dreaming. Basically, if you're already dealing with GI distress from dairy, your brain might just keep that discomfort going while you're asleep, resulting in nightmares. So as somebody who I watched eat 4 Tums this morning
Hi. She's right here.
before the show, you obviously have some GI issues.
I do.
If you eat dairy before you go to bed, are you maybe having some vivid, scary nightmares?
Maybe. I mean, I had a nightmare yesterday. I woke up yesterday from a nightmare, and I'm trying to think. I did have some cheese dip at some point in the day, so that would have been dairy. I don't drink cow's milk, so I do oat milk or soy.
Yeah, but you're a cheesehead.
I love cheese, and I did have some cheese dip yesterday. So yeah, that could have been.
Could have been. It's all linked.
I want to try this.
Interestingly, it's not a brand new idea. Back in the early 1900s, a comic strip called Dream of the Rarebit Fiend regularly joked about people having strange dreams after eating cheese on toast. But even though the idea has been around forever, there hasn't been much real science behind it. And in this latest study, about 40% of students said they thought food or late night eating affected their sleep, and a quarter felt that their diets made them sleep worse.
That makes sense.
Only a small group blamed food for the content of their dreams, but among those, dairy, spicy foods, and sweets were the main culprits. Now, so what's really happening? Researchers think that GI pain, like the kind you get from eating dairy, if you are lactose intolerant, it can mess with your sleep and dreams more than other types of discomfort. It's even possible that your body's trying to warn you of, like, danger.
You might poop your pants.
Danger.
Like danger, like ingesting something bad by ramping up nightmare activity.
Yeah.
So bottom line, if you know dairy gives you trouble, you might want to skip that late night, cheese snack.
Ice cream, I guess.
So, yeah, ice cream, whatever. Not only can it make your stomach feel bad, but it can also make your dreams a little more dramatic. So now you know.
Well, I'm glad I'm not lactose intolerant.
Yeah, this dream was weird. I woke up yesterday at 2:30 in the morning. I was like, my husband was telling me I got some bad news, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, the cats are dead. Like that's immediately what I thought. They were not dead, thank God. But yeah, I haven't had a nightmare in a while, and you know what? It was sriracha cheese dip from Schnucks, which is delicious.
Which was good, I'm sure.
Ooh.
But it could have contributed to it.
Hey, remember when scientists were telling everybody to swap out steaks for, and burgers for a nice plate of bugs? Remember that was the thing? It was
Oh, the crickets?
Yeah.
It was gaining steam for a little bit. It was there was some talk.
Yeah, New Age protein.
It was like Bill Gates wanted that.
There was some talk of like eating bugs instead of beef, for the sake of the planet. And it turns out not many people are ready to make that leap.
You wouldn't
Why?
say.
That's weird.
Now, Lern, why do you think? Why do you think people are not ready to eat bugs?
Well, because bugs are gross, and bugs, when you smash them, have a lot of goo inside, and people don't want the bug goo in their mouth. That's literally my guess.
Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, it's not only gross, but also we have self-respect.
I don't
We're not
mind
gonna eat that. I mean,
trying it. I
But
mean,
the
I've done
other
like
problem
every-
is how-
what do you mean by
how-
self-respect?
like, we actually like ourselves enough that we don't want to eat bugs
Yeah, but why do we eat cows?
because they're great.
I know, but like
Because they're delicious.
I know, but
And they love it.
where did that begin? Like, we only started eating cows because we could kill them and they were too slow. Like, the cave people could get them or wherever they existed. You know, we don't eat tigers because we can't catch them. They'll kill us. So we just started eating things that were slow moving that we could get, or fish. And bugs, we just, you know, they're small and they don't have a lot. We would have to consume mass quantities to get the same.
Yeah, and think of the structures they're going to have to build if they actually want to do this. It's going to be, you're going to get rid of farm fields to have these giant buildings, a
It'll
load
look
of
like
the
a
bugs, and we're going to have to
high-rise.
eat like gallons a day to even get, you know, like
It'll be like Joe's Apartment, that movie from the 90s.
So this is such a dumb idea. It's really bad for the environment, honestly.
I don't think it's bad for the
Terrible.
environment. I
Think of the
that
buildings they're gonna
people
do.
are just judgmental. I mean,
You're
think about
getting
how
rid of
people
trees
eat.
and grass to put these
We're
giant
doing that
structures.
anyway. That's not
Well,
an
it says
excuse for
here,
anything
we
ever.
started
Yeah, it
eating
is.
cows about 10,000 years ago, and it was because cows not only could you use them for milk, but their hides, you know, for clothing.
Sure.
And they're delicious.
And they're big and they're slow.
But they love it. You can see how happy they are.
I haven't eaten a cow in 13 years. Thankfully, they're like dogs. They look like they have
They
the
are.
same
You could train 'em.
mentality as dogs. They're so cute, and I just
again-
can't do it.
I had a great hamburger for lunch yesterday.
I know.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to dog anybody who wants to eat a cow. I'm just saying this is why I don't. So don't come at me with your BS.
But why? Okay, why are we not eating bugs though? And then people were asked, like, what is the main reason?
They don't moo?
It's the yuck factor.
It's
like,
the yuck
people
factor.
are still just like, ugh, no.
It's the gooey butts, dude. They don't want the little butt. Bug butts are the worst. Like any bug, it's just how they're built. Like their little exoskeletons, crunchy. We like crunch, but we don't want that kind of crunch.
But you know, when you're eating lobster, you're eating a bug. When you're eating crayfish, you're eating bugs.
Exactly.
When you're eating,
bugs of the sea.
when you're eating crab, it's a bug.
Yeah. Shrimps. It's a bug.
Is shrimp a bug? I don't know about shrimp.
Shrimp's a bug.
I'll give you the lobster. I'll give you the crab. I'll
floaty-
give you the crayfish.
It's a floaty bug down there.
Yeah, it's kind of a crawdad, right?
Yeah.
Shrimp?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of look
Are
like
shrimps
them.
bugs?
Let's see here. Are shrimps bugs? They are not bugs, but
Yeah,
they're crustaceans. So
Well, the
they're
same thing as a
bug.
lobster.
Yeah.
But is a lobster a bug? Yes.
No way. It's a
Let's see
crustacean.
here.
It's going to be the same as a crab.
Not bugs. This is wrong. The internet just got dumb. These are full-on bugs. You could tell. I mean, look at this. Tell me that's not a bug. Well, if I can get it open.
Yeah. Shrimps look like little cockroaches
Yeah.
from the Little
So
Mermaid.
maybe cockroaches are tasty. Let's try it.
Exactly. It's weird to me that we're cool with eating crustaceans from the bottom of the sea for some reason.
I don't know.
It's all
Somebody
marketing.
offered me a handful of crickets or a juicy steak. What am I picking? I'm picking the steak.
Well, yeah, we know.
Yeah. But I did look it up, and it said that, bugs actually are pretty good with minerals as well. They got zinc and iron and all that
There
stuff
you
you
go.
need.
I mean, sure, there are people who've tried crickets, usually by accident or on a dare, and apparently they're not that bad. We went to that Mexican restaurant up in Ellisville.
Malinche?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got the bug
I've tried it.
plate.
They got and I've tried it, and
It's fine.
it's fine. It's kind of like a sunflower seed, but with legs and antenna. I mean, I'm not going back for seconds, but I tried it, and I go, here, I did it,
Yeah.
and that's it.
I like their hamburger.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
Welcome.
So millions of people will celebrate America this weekend, or at least parts of it. Now, a new poll for Independence Day looked at all 50 states to see which ones are the most and least popular overall. So the question was, Do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of the following states? And they were given a list of all 50 states. So what is the most popular state in America? And this is having the most favorable opinion of it.
Is it Texas?
So it's not where people are moving to. It's the one that
oh,
I think is the
Tennessee.
coolest. It might be.
Tennessee is number 6. Tennessee is the 6th most popular state in America.
Well, I think she's right about. No, actually, I bet it's Colorado.
It's not Texas. Colorado's number 7. Texas did not make the top 10.
Okay.
And I will tell you where Missouri and Illinois are.
Is California on the list?
California is on the back end.
Oopsies. Let's go with Idaho.
Number one in my heart.
Idaho, no.
Just kidding. I was joking about that.
The least popular state
Is it?
is Mississippi, Alabama, and then California. Those are the least popular states.
That's crazy.
Wow,
what about Florida? Probably high up on the list, right?
Florida is the 41st most popular state with only a 22% favorability.
How about North Carolina?
Number 4.
And then South Carolina.
South Carolina did not make it.
That's hilarious.
Not in the top 10.
All right, give me Georgia.
Georgia is no.
All right, good.
Not in the top 10.
Crushing it. Alaska. Oh, Hawaii's got to be number
Hawaii's
one.
number 1.
Hawaii.
Hawaii is the most popular state in America with the most favorability. Americans are 4 times more likely to have a positive feeling about Hawaii than a negative one. And I have a feeling it's because they haven't been there and they think it's paradise.
Well, yeah.
I have a.
And it may be, I've never been there, but I hear things are very expensive over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're limited.
I got some.
Well, yeah.
Smaller area.
Sure, but that is a negative to good. That is a strike against Hawaii.
It's exclusive.
I have my cousins, their siblings, their kids, everybody that just left yesterday to go on 2 weeks to Hawaii, and I'm excited how it goes because one is not really looking forward to the whole thing.
Well, so Hawaii, Montana, and then Alaska, the most popular states in America, and those might be the top 3 states most Americans have never been to.
Yeah. Let's just say, folks, you don't like Montana, trust me, you don't want to go. It's a waste of time, okay? Don't ever go.
Hawaii, Montana, Alaska, North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Colorado, Arizona, Maine, and Pennsylvania. Those are the top 10 most popular states. So, Missouri and then Illinois. Again, the question was, do you have a favorable or unfavorable feeling about the state? Missouri and Illinois, where are we?
We're higher than Illinois in favorability.
I agree with that, actually. I feel
Is Missouri higher in favorability than
no.
Illinois?
I'm thinking yes, because just based on this list of how you're saying, like California, like some of these states that have
The
bigger cities that
most
are more
populous
populated,
states,
are lesser down the list. So I'll say Missouri is ahead of Illinois.
Because if no one's going to these, if there's places no one goes to, then we're up higher.
It's Missouri.
Okay. So Missouri does have a higher favorability
Yeah.
than Illinois. That is true. But where do we are we towards the most popular? Are we in the middle, or are we towards the end?
We're in the middle.
Yeah, we're dead smack in the middle.
Dead smack in the middle.
Yeah, 25.
No,
Oh,
Oh,
we're number 43.
okay.
So only 20% of
Whoops.
people have a favorable opinion of Missouri.
Where's Illinois?
Number 47.
Okay.
that's awesome.
Out of 50
We're
states,
crushing it, guys.
out of 50 states,
Is that
Illinois is the 47th most popular as far as favorability goes.
is that because this is quote unquote flyover country? Is that a lot of Midwest is towards the back?
I guess,
No, because you still have Montana and you still got
but think of
Tennessee
TV
and
shows.
you got Colorado
That are in the top 10.
that are in the top 10.
Like the only TV show really that was big that's based on Missouri was Ozark, and it makes it seem like a scary, terrifying place. Whereas Montana looks awesome. They have
Right.
Yellowstone. They got all these.
I just don't think that people know a lot about
That's what I
Illinois.
think.
I think people know Chicago, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And Chicago,
What else is there
when you
to
watch
know?
the news, Chicago, usually not many great stories come out of there.
But there are great. I mean, Chicago's one of the greatest
Well, we
cities
know
of our
that.
nation. Well, everybody knows
We know,
that.
not everybody.
Well,
I
no.
think you're wrong about that. I think the news
It's the
coming out of
third
Chicago.
city. That's third top city in the nation.
But that doesn't matter.
People understand that. People, the Cubs, the Blues Brothers, all the crap, the good stuff that comes out
Yeah,
of.
you got
Yeah.
the murders and you got the crime and you got all that stuff coming out of Chicago.
That's
The-
everywhere,
the-
though.
City.
That's St. Louis. That's New York.
what I'm saying is people don't know about Illinois. All they see is bad stuff coming out of Chicago. Therefore, their unfavorability.
What else do we know about Illinois? Tell me.
Well, I think
There's a lot of nice areas around. A lot of Chicago suburbs are great. Southern Illinois is great. That's where you guys are from.
Yeah.
Right. But
I mean,
what
it's
else
got
is
some
there
of
to
the best
know about
state
Illinois?
parks.
Land of Lincoln. So Springfield, Illinois is the big part of it.
The
Alison
thing to know
Krauss.
is the state is more than the city.
For
The
sure.
state is more than the city of Chicago. That's the
Wait.
point of me
But
saying
you're
that.
saying people don't know about it. So
People
I'm
don't know
like,
about
what
it.
else is there to know besides the regular stuff that is every state? I mean, every state's got rural areas, places that aren't big cities.
I mean, they got
I think Illinois gets a bad rep. It shouldn't. And I say
No.
this as a native Illinois.
I'm defending it.
Yeah, I am too. Because I mean, you go to
Do you not think I'm defending the state?
No, I don't like that Chicago is getting such a, like, that's every metropolitan city. Like, Chicago isn't any worse than us,
No.
New York City, Los Angeles.
because what's
But
the
at
thing?
least I'm sorry, Scott. At least we have another city to lean on, like Kansas
City, sure.
or Springfield.
And is that
Nobody knows about
Is that
Springfield.
exclusive to Missouri? Are there other cities? I'm sure there are that I'm just not thinking of that have dual cities like.
Look, California's
like
got
Well, you got a ton.
a ton. Texas has a ton. Florida has a lot of big cities.
Yeah, I guess Illinois doesn't.
Illinois, the big city is Chicago.
Right.
Nebraska has Omaha.
Maybe that
and Lincoln.
contributes to it than what you're saying. Your perspective of it. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah,
They need to work on their
Marketing.
marketing.
They definitely do because it's a. I think Illinois is a beautiful state.
Oh, I
and then
love
everyone,
Illinois.
if you ever talk to anyone that you hear the negative stuff about Chicago, but then you say someone's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Chicago," and you're like, "Oh, I love Chicago." You're like, "Yeah, me too." Everyone loves Chicago.
You're right. 314 on the Schreier text line. Quincy alone. Come on,
Quincy,
you
Illinois.
Want, you want to
You're
bang
right.
horses?
Thomas Jonathan
Horse
Van
around
Ness.
up there and have a good
You know
time.
what? I love Illinois because I've gotten to experience all of it. Like, I went to school pretty much in the middle of Illinois in Bloomington. I grew up in southern Illinois, and I would vacation and go to Chicago for concerts and getting away, you
Yeah.
know? And so I love it. I love Illinois.
Yeah, I
It
love
gets
it
such a
too.
bad rep.
And I think ER needs to have a reboot, and they do it in Jerseyville this time.
Jerseyville,
Yeah.
Illinois,
Bring
ER.
Clooney to Jerseyville. It'll be.
It's a weird show to pick, but let's go. I mean, whatever you want.
You got a nice hospital there.
I'm right, though. I mean, about Illinois, people don't know about the state. They just think Chicago.
Go to Red
That's it.
Lake
Which
this
is
weekend.
wild.
But if you're itching to move, okay, you want to move out of Missouri, you want to move out of Illinois, but you need a little bit more incentive. There are programs out there that will pay you to move to a particular place as long as you're eligible. So to qualify for these programs, all you need to do is work remotely from a state other than the one you choose. Be a U.S. citizen, be older than 18, and be able to relocate soon after you are selected. So West Virginia is giving an incentive of $12,000 plus an outdoor recreation package and a co-working space. But you have to live in one of the following communities: New River, George, Greenbrier Valley, Morgantown, Eastern Panhandle, or Greater Elkins. So $12,000 to move to West Virginia.
Which is actually like probably $600 million.
Tulsa, Oklahoma will give you $10,000 after you buy a qualifying home and a 3-year membership to a
What?
co-working space. Topeka, Kansas, offering $10,000 to be allocated for rent in the first year of your move, or up to $15,000 to put towards buying a new house. Baltimore offering up to $5,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance. There's a town in Alaska offering $2,000 and 3 months of free internet. Newton, Iowa, offering $10,000 in cash if you buy a home worth more than $240,000. So there are these programs out there that you want to check up on.
Yes.
If you want to get the hells out of here.
Yeah. Well, this is like Italy giving away those houses for $1.
I know. That's awesome.
But it's not all. Listen, it's not all doom and gloom. Let's have a good weekend, guys.
Let's have a
Okay.
great weekend.
Let's have a great weekend. Let's play some music, shall we?
Let's do it.
So yesterday, listen, this is kind of a weird week. Not just in our office, in your office. Maybe you're in your car starting your road trip. So we'll give you some tunes. We're gonna do some themed playlists today, like we did yesterday. People seem to enjoy it. So every hour we'll have another themed playlist. Let's start the 6 o'clock hour with a RizzShow playlist called Best One-Hit Wonders of Rock. That's right, Best One-Hit Wonders of Rock. So let's start. You know what? I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start. So best one-hit wonders of rock, and I'll give you my honorable mentions, and then I will give you and play you my ultimate pick for one-hit wonders of rock. So, "Spirit of the Sky" from Norman Greenbaum.
Oh, yeah.
That is a one-hit wonder. Fuzzy, feel good, unforgettable. "Play That Funky Music" from Wild Cherry.
Heck yeah.
Great song.
Song still rocks. "My Sharona" from The Knack. Great one-hit wonder. Dexy's "Midnight Runners." Come on, Eileen.
Yes.
Tony Basil's "Mickey." More modern, "Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl?"
Oh, great one.
Forgot
Right.
about that one.
Dang, that is a great song.
Great song, one-hit wonder. Foster the People, "Pumped Up Kicks."
Yep.
Yep.
Gautier, "Somebody That I Used to Know."
Dang.
One-hit wonder. But ultimately, my favorite one-hit wonder, and the music video to go along with it, I think they're huge in Sweden still, this group. They're a one-hit wonder here in the States. Maybe they have other hits where they're from. And I think the lead singer just is sick. I
Yeah.
just read that. But the group is Aha, and the song is "Take On Me." Lern, you're next.
All right, so I had Fastball the Way on my
yeah.
Ooh,
list.
great one.
Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. One-hit wonder.
One-hit wonder, yeah,
You know?
I guess. I mean, Ninja Rap from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle soundtrack.
Nobody's thinking about that. Bloodhound Gang, Bad Touch.
Yeah.
The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else did I have on here? I had Mr. Big to Be With You.
Yeah, great song.
Great song, though. But I went with this song because I love it so much, and it's such a weird one. It's Rockwell's Somebody's Watching.
With Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So Michael Jackson is in this song, but this is it's a solo guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's Rockwell and Somebody's Watching Me. Scott, it's your turn.
All righty.
Your
Well, sir,
favorite one-hit wonder of rock.
There's a few on here that, I mean, we hear this one a lot, is the Flagpole Sitta from Harvey Danger.
Okay,
Love
Harvey
that
Danger,
one.
that's a good one.
Andrew WK's Party Hard.
Good one.
Rules.
Very good.
One that we've kind of forgotten about, I think, is I Wish from Skilo. I wish it was a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
taller.
Okay,
yeah,
good
that's a
one.
good one.
Yeah.
The impression that I get from
Yeah,
Mighty
Boss
Mighty.
Tones. Yeah, yeah. Are they
Boston's
one?
had a couple. That was the biggest one.
That was the biggest one. Are they considered a one-hit wonder?
I don't know. 'Cause
You know what they consider a one-hit wonder all the time is Blind Melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
No Rain.
I thought they had two or three.
Nah, I mean, No Rain was the big one. That's the one
Right.
with the B girl.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically,
It is.
I mean, I like a lot of their songs, but they never really hit big. So
Right.
Because Real Big Fish would be close to that, but they had their cover.
Sell
of
Out.
Take On Me was a big hit, too.
I'm going to say with the Mighty Mighty Bostons because I just looked it up. Rascal King was also a big one for them.
Thank you.
But
So
was it
they had two.
But it's a song you knew, but it was really a big hit. I mean, there are one song. You know the one song. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But Scott, what is your ultimate
Okay,
pick
the
for
one-
best
get that giant
best
round
one-hit
volume
wonder
out.
or rock?
It is from an English group called The Darkness, and it's a song called I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Great song.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love from their Permission to Land
this
record, which I believe they broke up and now they're back together.
Yeah, and he has
Nice.
a great YouTube channel.
The Darkness. What was this, 2003, 2004?
Sounds
Very
right.
early.
Somewhere along then.
Let's see.
Best one-hit wonders of rock. So I played Aha's Take on Me. Lern had
Rockwell.
Somebody's Watching Me. And then you just heard I Believe in a Thing Called Love. So next up, we'll do undeniable sing-along songs. 7 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock hour. Best soundtrack standout songs. And if we get to it in the 9 o'clock hour, best unplugged acoustic songs.
Yes. So many good songs coming up.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we're going to put all this stuff on a Spotify playlist. What's it called, Lern?
It's called Blow Your Fingers Off to This, Volume 1.
Nice. So it'll be up there for your 4th of July weekend enjoyment. All right, before we hit the break, today's Team Rizz Member Today is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Hazelwood, Laura DeClue is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Laura's been a loyal listener for 5 years now. She loves getting her morning started with the Rizz Show. Her kids turned her on to the point. And she loves, the interactions between the group and, the contests we do every day. Laura DeClue from Hazelwood is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, crap on celebrities after the break and a special giveaway during crap on celebrities. If you're an Incubus fan,
Oh, yes.
listen up.
Okay.
We got something for you. Big show tomorrow over at Chaffetz.
I'm going.
Are you going?
Yeah.
I'm going too.
Oh, you guys could go together. All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
We check in with the Diddy trial because it's been a while. What happened on the set of Green Day's last appearance I guess they were in Luxembourg. Pretty interesting story there. Foo Fighters doing some punk, and I got some upcoming movie news for you as well.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. You have a chance to get into tomorrow's Incubus show VIP style. And a televangelist has passed away. Grab on celebrities next. Stay there. Program phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Schreier Air text line 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow. Show your emails RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Crap on celebrities here in just a moment. You have a chance to win a VIP experience at tomorrow's Incubus show. Also, what else we got? We've got Social D tickets, Lumineers tickets, Adam Sandler tickets. As is tradition, today we'll play Firework or Fake. I'll read you the names of 3 fireworks. You tell us which one is real, which one's not real.
Nice.
2 out of 3 right, you win. What is significant about today? Today being July the 2nd, 2025. Is there a significance to this date?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Would you like to know?
I would.
Today, at 1 o'clock, it marks the exact halfway point of the year.
I'll be darned.
Well, yesterday was the halfway point.
Today is exactly July 2nd, 2025 at 1 p.m. is the exact halfway point of 2025. It also, at that point, we will be closer to the year 2050 than to the year 2000.
Crazy.
So at 1 o'clock today, we will be closer to 2050 than the year 2000.
We are in the future.
How old will we be in 2050?
I don't know, math.
25
be like
years from now. I'll be
35.
65.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
I'll be 62.
retiring.
Well, yeah, so
No,
I'm
you'll be-
46. Yeah, I'll be 61.
No. I won't be 65 and you'll be... you're older
I'm
than
71. Damn it.
71.
Damn it. That's right.
not bad.
I forgot to carry the 1.
That's okay.
I'm not good at math.
I'm glad I'll be 47.
71.
Oh, man, that'll be
That's
interesting.
all right. What am I going to
Will we all still be friends?
I'm still going to have
I
my
hope so.
earring.
Yeah, we'll have our
I'm going to
earrings.
be rocking my earring still.
You know we're going to be friends with him because he's going to have a place in Florida.
That's
right.
right. We'll be vacationing
Yeah.
with the
In my
Rizzutos in
compound.
Florida. In the compound.
Yep.
On the beach.
Televangelist Jimmy Swaggart has died. He was 90 years old. How do you know Jimmy Swaggart?
Prostitutes.
Not a great reputation.
Oh.
Just that one moment of dumbness. Yeah.
So yesterday, his death was announced on social media. He'd been ill for some time. His legacy, some would say, is mixed. He was a successful television minister in the 1980s. His reputation became tarnished after he was caught with a prostitute on camera back in 1988. I don't know why. This is one of these cultural moments. So 1988, and I just remember, like vividly, him on TV apologizing and saying that he has sinned.
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious blood would wash and cleanse every stain until it is in the seas of God's forgetfulness.
So that was 1988, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Because that was around the same time as Jim Baker. Remember Jim Baker got caught with Jessica
Yes.
Hahn? I think Jim Baker was first by maybe a couple months.
I didn't know it was the same year.
That's wild.
And in fact, Jimmy Swaggart said that Jim Bakker was a, quote, cancer in the body of Christ. And then...
Damn.
And then...
That came out.
Then that came out. I believe that's the timeline. But, you know, after this tearful apology, tearfully apologized during a sermon. Memorable, very memorable. In fact, burned in my brain. He, of course, learned his lesson, right?
Yeah?
No.
Oh, no.
1991, Jimmy Swaggart busted again with a prostitute in California. It was his thing.
It was, I mean, maybe for a season it was his thing, but you look at the true legacy of his life, and you know he's married for almost 80 years. It was something I forgot what it is.
80 years, huh? He got married at 10.
Yeah, no, he got married. I mean, I think it was 70
It's a long
years,
time.
forever and
It was a
ever.
long time.
And then, I mean, you know,
I again, as I said, Scott,
I've met,
his legacy is mixed. It's a mixed legacy.
you know, I got to interview his cousin Mickey
You
Gilley,
did?
and
His cousin,
all three.
oh, that's right. His cousin is
all
Mickey
three
Gilley.
of the big boys are gone. Jerry Lee Lewis, Mickey Gilley, and Pastor Swaggart. Yeah, but no, he has a grandson that's really awesome.
I guess his son is.
Big
I
fan
guess his
of.
ministry continued with the help of his son, Donnie.
Yeah,
Donnie.
Donnie Swaggart.
His grandson is awesome and terrific.
Listen, I don't know about the family. I know about that
What was
moment.
in the headlines, right?
And I know in 1988, as a 10-year-old.
That's how he learned about what a prostitute was.
That's right.
Roseanne had to tell little baby Scott Daniel.
I wasn't a baby. I was 10.
Okay,
and very
10-year-old
impressionable.
Scott Daniel, what a prostitute was.
But he's definitely an example of why we need Jesus, because he's
Sure.
like everybody in the Bible where they all have these crazy stories where, you know, might kill someone's husband to get the wife, that kind of thing, and yet they're after God's own heart. So it's this I don't know.
Scott,
We all need a
again,
savior.
a complicated.
You're such a sweet boy.
A complicated
It is
legacy.
a very complicated thing. Hey, nobody's ever their worst moment, right?
Sure.
Teach
Yeah.
us about forgiveness.
Okay.
Okay, but never forget.
Okay.
That's what you can forgive, but you
Never
can't
forget. I haven't forgotten.
I will
anyway,
say this, just a
One last thing, Scott. Go
little
ahead, please.
positive thing on this. My neighbor gave me an 8-track the other day of Mickey Gilley.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I'm like,
Synchronicity.
yeah.
That's the universe.
There we go. See? Happiness.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Today being July 2nd, here's what happened back of the day. 249 years ago, 1776, the Continental Congress passed a resolution, quote, "These united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states." The final draft of this Declaration of Independence was adopted 2 days later on July 4th. 144 years ago, 1881, President James Garfield shot. It took 80 days for his assassin's bullet to kill him. He died of blood poisoning in September. 88 years ago, 1937, aviator Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to make the first round-the-world flight at the equator. 64 years ago, 1961, at his home in Ketchum, Idaho, Ernest Hemingway shot himself with a double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun. He did that 35 years after his father killed himself.
Wow.
Hemingway's granddaughter, Margot, killed herself by overdosing on prescription pills. 63 years ago, 1962, the very first Walmart store opens in Rogers, Arkansas. 43 years ago, 1982, the greatest week in movie history. E.T., Rocky III, Blade Runner, Poltergeist, John Carpenter's The Thing, Star Trek II, and Conan the Barbarian all simultaneously playing in the theaters.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Good luck picking a ticket,
Who got
right?
first on that? Was it Rocky, I guess, took first?
No, E.T. had to have.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, E.T.
I don't know which won the box office that week.
what
but it
a
was
Man,
hell of
I
a
mean,
week.
all of them are winners, though.
Gosh.
37 years ago, 1988, Michael Jackson became the first recording artist in history to have 5 #1 songs from one album, when Dirty Diana went to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. So the album was bad.
I thought it was good.
And the other #1 hits were The Way You Make Me Feel, Bad, I Just Can't Stop Loving You, and Man in the Mirror.
Damn.
34 years ago, 1991, what happened here in St. Louis?
Flood?
Ooh, is it Axl Rose?
Axl Rose.
Oh, Axl Rose, of course.
34 years ago, 1991, Axl Rose and the Riverport riot. Guns N' Roses show, jumps off the stage, attacks, what's it, Stump? Stump.
Puts in the liner notes that we can screw off as a
Right.
city. St. Louis
That was
sucks.
34 years ago today. 31 years ago, 1994, soccer player Andres Escobar was murdered in his hometown in Colombia. This is just 10 days after accidentally scoring a goal against his own team in the World Cup to give the U.S. a 2-1 victory. One gunman said, as he was being murdered, thanks to the auto goal, before pumping 12 bullets into Escobar's body. After each shot, the murderer shouted, "Goal."
Wow.
Dang.
28 years ago, 1997, legendary Hollywood actor Jimmy Stewart dies in Beverly Hills at 89. 1997, 28 years ago, the first Men in Black movie comes out. And 20 years ago today, in 2005, the Live 8 concerts went down simultaneously at 10 places throughout the world to raise money in the Make Poverty History campaign, and to pressure leaders attending the G8 summit to do more to help. This is the one famous for Pink Floyd getting back together for a couple songs.
Nice. Is this the one that Phil Collins played?
No, that was Live Aid.
Oh, Live
This
Aid.
was Live 8.
That was
Sorry.
85.
Yeah.
And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Mentality. Their patients experience a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Reclaim your health at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
All right, so while you get going, let's get the phones.
Opened up?
Let's get the phones opened up here. So if you are a diehard Incubus fan,
Yes.
I want you to call 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. So I will read you the title of a song, and you tell us if the title is a real Incubus song from the Incubus catalog, or is it something that we made up.
Cool.
2 out of 3 right, you win a VIP experience at tomorrow's Incubus show at Chaffetz. Backstage tour, the chance to meet the band, and a chance to watch the show from the side of the stage.
Such a great prize for an Incubus fan.
If you're a big Incubus fan, this is it. I only got one of these packages.
Right.
So you and a friend. So only true Incubus fans, please call.
Yes. Don't screw this for everybody else.
And that show tomorrow, they're doing Morning View in its entirety.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So that'll be awesome. All right, 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833.
Here we go. We're going to start with this. The partial verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case has been reached. The jury reached a verdict on charges 2 through 5, which were about the sex trafficking and transporting of people for prostitution. But jurors have not been able to agree on the RICO charge, alleging that Diddy was the leader of the sex trafficking ring. So both sides asked the jurors to continue deliberating in the morning on the RICO charge. The judge said he would not accept the partial verdict. So here's the deal. If it's acquitted, Diddy walks out of the Manhattan courtroom with his family and legal team. If the jury renders a guilty verdict of any of the 5 counts, Diddy will remain behind bars until his sentencing date sometime this fall. So the 5 criminal counts, 1 of racketeering conspiracy, 2 of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 of transportation to engage in prostitution.
You know what's
he
crazy?
Denies these allegations.
What's crazy about this? He's not denying that he's a domestic abuser.
No, he's denying just these 5 counts.
So he makes no bones, and his lawyers make no bones. Like, hey, he's a bad dude.
It's on film.
It's on film. He beats his girlfriend. That's not what he's being charged with.
Right.
So the whole RICO thing, it's a very complicated thing for jurors to wrap their heads around.
Right. Because there's not really. Well, what is the evidence of that, really? You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, maybe the prosecution laid out their case.
Yeah.
But I was listening to some talking head lawyers yesterday on TV, and they said that it was pretty crazy for the lawyers to try him on RICO charges because it's hard for a jury, normal citizens who go and they sit on this jury for how long, to wrap their heads around what that actually is.
Yeah.
So it's hard to explain what RICO charges actually are.
Right.
So, listen, he could be convicted on
the sex trafficking.
On the sex trafficking. That's 15 years.
Yeah, he could actually spend 20 years behind bars because he has 2 counts of those. And so each of them carry like a weight of 10 years each, I believe. So, he could be going away for 20 years. Anyway, they're going to reconvene, and hopefully this will come to a resolution soon. This has been since May that this has been going on. We haven't really touched on it very much just because it was kind of the minutia of it all. Green Day has a tradition at their shows of bringing somebody on stage, handing them a guitar, and then letting them play along to a song. Normally, it's good riddance. But this backfired on Monday, they were in Luxembourg, and here is some audio of the fan that Billie Joe Armstrong brought on stage, and then he proceeded to play Wonderwall by Oasis. Here's how that went.
So meant to bring him up to do
Good Riddance.
Good Riddance, and he starts playing an Oasis song.
Nice try. Nice try.
He said nice try.
Yeah, he said nice try.
Did he throw him off the stage?
Yeah, he did. Billie Joe took the guitar back. The fan was ushered off stage. Funny story, though. Liam Gallagher saw that this all went down. He said, best song of the night. I thought
it'd be funny if they invited him to an Oasis show.
Yeah, and let him up on set. That would never
Even just
happen.
invite him to a show. Those shows get going, what, this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. You know what, though? I was thinking about, it would have been cooler if Billie Joe Armstrong would have just started singing
I thought so, too.
Wonderwall. I mean, how neat would that have been just to kind of roll with it? I don't know.
Maybe they don't get along.
Not his
Or
personality,
he doesn't
though.
know the song.
Foo Fighters have dropped their first new song since 2023, a cover of Minor Threat's 80-second song called I Don't Want to Hear It. And this was actually recorded back in 1995. The vocals, though, were recorded this year. So here is a little taste of Foo's doing Minor Threat.
All right, here are the Foo Fighters covering Minor Threat. What is this for?
It's for their 30th anniversary. So the Foo Fighters have been doing all sorts of 30th anniversary social posts. And it's exciting because I think they're going to announce a tour soon. With the firing of Josh Freese, and we don't really know what's going on there with all these social posts. They're going back and they're trying to look at nostalgia rather than current issues with the band. I'm excited. I hope that they do announce a tour soon.
What's neat, just from that little sample, though, it sounds... I mean, like you said, this was definitely recorded in the early 90s, or the mid-90s, because it sounds just like their first two albums.
Well, and it was just the instruments, not the vocals.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds so good.
And it's fun because Dave was into punk. I mean, his sister got him into all sorts of punk rock before Nirvana, all this stuff, like before he was famous at all. And he would be up in Chicago going to the Cubby Bear and all these different venues up there to see these punk bands. Was a huge Minor Threat fan and obviously recorded it there.
Should we give away these Incubus tickets?
Yeah, you want to do it now?
Let's do it now. So Incubus tomorrow over at Chaffetz. Who's opening? Paris Jackson.
Paris Jackson and Manchester Orchestra.
Paris Jackson, that's Michael Jackson's kid, and Manchester Orchestra will be opening.
Can't wait.
All right, so for a true Incubus fan, this is a great prize. So I'll read you the name of a song, and you tell us if it's a real Incubus song, something from the catalog, or something that I made up. 2 out of 3 right, you win a VIP experience at the show. Includes a backstage tour, the chance to meet the band, and a chance to watch the show from the side of the stage. So let's go to Colton.
Awesome.
Good morning, Colton.
Hey, good morning, guys.
All right, Colton, are you an Incubus fan?
I am an Incubus fan.
Good.
All right, so you tell me. You tell me if this is a real or fake Incubus song. Desert Satellites.
No.
You say that's fake?
Yeah, I think that's fake.
Okay, that is correct. That is fake. Please do not type anything. Please do not cheat.
Yes.
Inner Orbit. Is that a real or fake Incubus song?
That one is real.
Inner Orbit that is a fake Incubus song. Last one, Colton. If you get this right, you win. If you get it wrong, I'm moving on. Crystal Eclipse. Is that a real or fake Incubus song? Crystal Eclipse.
That one's real.
That is fake. Next.
Goodbye, Colton.
Aw.
Kyle.
Hey, guys. Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, buddy. Are you an Incubus fan?
I am.
Okay. Real or fake Incubus song? Echoes and Static.
Real.
Fake.
Yeah.
Cerulean Skies. Real or fake Incubus song?
They also the same. Real.
Next caller.
These sound like they could be Incubus, though.
Gary.
Hey, happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, buddy. Gary, real or fake Incubus song? Shadow People.
Real.
Fake. Neon nectar, real or fake?
Real.
Fake. Next.
Goodbye. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is exciting.
Is it Mike? Oh. All right. Matt, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
All right, Matt, ready?
Yes.
Parallel Daydream, real or fake Incubus song?
I'm going to go fake on that one.
Fake, yes.
Very good.
All right, if you get this right, you win. Velvet Engine, real or fake Incubus song?
Velvet Engine. Sounds fake to me.
You're saying fake?
Yes.
It is fake.
Yes!
Oh, you're all fake.
Yeah, they're all
Idiots.
fake. Well, you did Echoes, whatever, and Echo is a Incubus song. So.
Yeah, but I said echoes and static.
I know. Very good. Oh, this is exciting. You're going to meet Incubus.
Matt, congratulations.
Yeah,
you are going
Thank
to
you.
tomorrow's Incubus show, VIP style, backstage tour, the chance to meet the band, and you're going to watch the show from the side of the stage. Congratulations,
Right on. Thank
buddy.
you guys so much.
Hang on 1 second.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they
I'm
were all
jealous.
fake.
Very good.
Had I gone on, the next one would have been Gravity Room, Phantom Limbs, Midnight Mechanic, Glass Eyes, and Solar Drift.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, next.
In other music news, Keith Urban was being interviewed and asked about his wife, Nicole Kidman, doing sex scenes with younger guys. Here he is on Australia's Mix 102.3.
Okay,
Haley
so
and Max
here's
in the
how.
morning.
So Keith Urban asked about his wife doing sex scenes with younger actors.
Zac Efron, yeah.
Zac Efron, okay. And I'm sure he handled the question with
Of
grace.
course.
The first thing I thought of with your beautiful wife, Nicole Kidman, being on so many great movies, TV shows all the time. I watched a movie with her and Zac Efron recently, Family Affair, and I thought,
that's a good one.
what
Yeah.
does Keith Urban think when he sees his beautiful wife with beautiful younger men like Zac Efron having these beautiful love scenes on TV and radio? Oh, why has that happened? What's just happened to you?
He's disconnected from Zoom.
Did he just hang up on us?
I think his team hung up on us because they didn't want us to ask that question.
They hung up on him.
Yes, they did. That can happen. Interesting. I just thought that was
I didn't
interesting.
think that was a terrible question.
No, and honestly, people are curious about that. I'm curious about how musicians and movie stars react to that because it's something normal people don't have to deal with.
What a humorless prick if that's...
Just answer the damn question.
Or just make a joke of it.
right. Just be like,
Roll with it.
I think she daydreams about me when she's with Zac Efron in whatever movie it was. I thought
We
it was a
think
little
Keith
strange.
Urban's an alien anyway.
I know.
We think it's like a Men in Black kind of thing with an alien controlling him.
Maybe he's a tender flower. And he
Can
just,
you name one Keith Urban song?
I can't.
I can't. Nobody can.
All I can see, and he's looked the same for 20 years.
Nobody can.
No. Speaking of looks, Ryan Seacrest is getting some backlash for how he looks right now. He posted some pictures on Monday where he's just living his life. He's got a new workout plan, I guess, but people are saying that he looks too thin. And a lot of people are talking about how he looks sick. And, you know, so-called source says Ryan is perfectly healthy. He did start a new workout routine, has created visible change.
He looks thin.
No, here's what it is. He looks thin, but he doesn't look. He looks older.
Gaunt.
I don't think he looks that bad. I think that he's just older and he's lost some weight, and people are
There's a couple pictures
judging
of
him.
He's wearing like a brown outfit.
Yeah,
It looks like the crocodile hunter, like he could work at wherever they work.
right, or UPS. Yeah,
I don't know. His face looks all bony and like wrinkly, and yeah, he's older.
maybe he went vegan or something, and he's not getting enough
I don't know.
fat. I don't know.
When you post a picture of yourself, people are going to comment
I
on
know.
it. Is he upset that people are calling him thin?
He hasn't come out and said anything. A source, came out and said, "Hey, everything's all good." He's 50 years old.
Well, it's nice people are concerned.
It is, but also there's a lot of people saying like, "Stop commenting on his body."
Then stop posting pictures. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. In other news on people's health, Julie Bowen, who is in Modern Family, and she plays a love interest in Happy Gilmore. She's 55 years old. She was recently interviewed about how she has a heart rhythm disorder called sick sinus syndrome, which causes her to have a low resting heart rate. She actually had to have a pacemaker put in whenever she was in her 30s because her heart rate gets down to like 30 beats.
Whoa.
You know? And so our average heart rate for a woman is 60 to 100 beats per minute. So hers obviously goes really low, and she won't die from this, but she could pass out. And so when she was young, she had to have a pacemaker put in because she could potentially kill somebody if she passed out at the wheel, which is an obvious thing that can happen. But she talked about having to replace the batteries in it, says she forgets about it all the time, which is a little scary.
Wow.
But I hope she's doing well. Jennifer Aniston is going to star in a TV series based on I'm Glad My Mom Died, the autobiography we were talking about just yesterday from Jeanette McCurdy, the iCarly star.
You need to read that.
I do. I've
Or you
heard
need
such
to-
good things.
You know what? I did the audiobook where it's Jeanette McCurdy reading it to you. It's pretty good.
Is it hilarious?
It's no. I mean,
Is
there.
it sad?
I guess there are some. It's not meant to be funny.
I heard it was funny. Like it's dark humor. No?
Maybe some parts, but overall, it's a story of like an abused child star.
A codependent relationship between an 18-year-old actress on a hit kids TV show and her narcissistic mother.
The mom is crazy.
Crazy?
And Jennifer Aniston will play the mom?
Yes, Jennifer Aniston is going to play Jeanette McCurdy's mom. It'll be a 10-episode series, and McCurdy is serving as the showrunner, so it'll be very personalized, I'm sure, to exactly the book. So we look forward to that at some point. New trailer for Running Man with Glenn Powell. Did you see this?
Ooh, no. I
Based
can
on
see that
the
being good.
Stephen King novel that Arnold did back in the day.
Oh, this is a remake of Running Man?
Yeah.
That's
I didn't
interesting.
know this was a
Me
thing.
either.
Oh, yes. It's a thing. So I've never seen the original Running Man, but it takes place in the near future where contestants must spend 30 days surviving being hunted by deadly assassins for a chance at an ever-growing cash prize. And what's crazy is Stephen King he kind of got it right, that reality television series and shows where it's like Survivor and stuff. Like Stephen King was writing about this before any of those shows really ever existed like they do now.
Speaking of trailers, do you hear the Christopher Nolan, the Odyssey trailer
did that come
leaked?
out?
It leaked.
Ooh.
So usually he shows trailers, like the first trailers of a Christopher Nolan movie are on the big screen, and he wants it that way. But this one leaked.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yesterday, I haven't seen it yet, but it was supposed to play this weekend. What movies are opening this weekend? Oh, the Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It was supposed to play before Jurassic Park,
And it leaked
but
early.
it leaked early.
Ooh.
So this is, a star-studded cast: Matt Damon, Tom Holland,
That's awesome.
Wow.
Zendaya. So the newest Christopher Nolan movie, which
going
has
back-
the biggest budget of all Christopher Nolan movies.
This Odyssey
That's
one, Will?
exciting.
The Odyssey, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I
The
can't
Running
wait.
Man has William H. Macy in it.
Yes, it's a crazy cast.
Yeah.
Let's see
I'm
who
in.
else is in it. So, Amelia Jones, Michael Cera, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's pretty packed. Glenn
Yeah.
Powell will be the lead. Everybody loves him. And he says that he's never worked out harder than he has for a role than what this Running Man movie will be. And so, it will be out November 7th.
Okay, and the Odyssey looks...
Here's some breaking news.
What?
South Park has pushed back the release date of the new season.
Come on.
Why?
From July 9th to July 23rd. I don't know.
We've waited long enough.
I know, it's like 12 years since your last episode. Please.
South Park Season 27 has been pushed back from the original release of next Wednesday to July 23rd.
All right, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Great.
And finally, remember when we talked about Michael Jordan's mansion in Highland Park, Illinois last year that went
Yes.
up for sale? Well, now it's available to rent through Airbnb. So we could stay there if we wanted to. So Champions Point is a 7-bedroom, 17.5 bath estate that accommodates 14 guests, features a movie theater, a gym, a cigar lounge, a wine cellar, pool tables, bars, salon, saltwater aquariums. There's a full-size indoor basketball court, and you could rent this place with your friends and stay there through Airbnb. How much do you think you would need to rent it?
Oh, it's going to be very
And
reasonable.
it's a 7. You have to stay there for 7 nights.
A night or for 7 nights to rent?
You can use the place for 7 nights. How much do you think it costs?
Do you have the 7-night stay price
Yeah.
or the per night?
You have to. It is only in a chunk for 7 nights.
Okay.
I'm going to say $15,000.
That's a
$15,000.
great guess.
What do you think?
And how many folks can you have with
14. You
14?
could probably have more, but it holds. It's like
Yeah,
comfortably.
I mean,
it's 14
15
people.
makes That seems pretty, but I'm going to say actually 25. I'll go 25 grand.
25 grand.
$121,000 for 7 nights. Divide that by 15 if you want.
It does have
Whoa.
a movie theater.
And that is your crap on celebrities.
All right, celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Margot Robbie is 35. Lindsay Lohan. How old is Lindsay Lohan? She's been around
She's
forever.
my age.
Yeah.
She's like she's 40.
She is 39.
All right.
Michelle Branch. Her biggest solo hit was Everywhere. She spent some time at a country duo called The Wreckers, married to Patrick Carney, the drummer for the Black Keys. Michelle Branch is 42. Jose Canseco, 61. Bret the Hitman Hart, Wrestling Hall of Famer, is 68. Jerry Hall.
Oh, yeah.
She used to kiss Mick Jagger's lips anytime she wanted to. She is 69. Larry David is 78. Polly Holiday, Flo on Alice in the spinoff Flo. Polly Holiday is 88. And the King, Richard Petty, NASCAR legend, is 88 years old.
My man.
The King?
Little Richard. Yeah, I just saw an article that he was laughing because someone lost $1 million in a bet.
Oh. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Tara Dice. And today's birthday girl has been in 60 fine films, including 69 Jump Street, Big Trouble in Porn Valley, Camel Toe Workout 2, I Was 18 Decades Ago, Seduced by a Real Lesbian 9, Threesomes Rock, We Want to Gangbang the Babysitter 10, and Who Can Forget a Roll? In 2010s, and Scott's favorite, White Bitch Sandwich 3.
Wow.
It's great. It's a
Tara
fun
Dice is 43 years old. That's porno birthday. Those were crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, it's time for another RizzShow playlist. That's right. We're doing a playlist an hour. Just, we did this yesterday. We're doing it today, and then back to your normal programming Monday. Just having a little fun on this 4th of July week. Mm-hmm. All right, so the theme to this playlist is undeniable sing-along songs. Undeniable sing-along songs. Now, we're going to throw a playlist up on Spotify. It's called
Blow Your Fingers Off to This, Volume 1.
So, undeniable sing-along songs, and we'll start with Lern, and then we'll play your song here. What are some undeniable sing-along songs? Honorable mentions, and then we'll play yours.
Honorable mentions for me, Outkast, Miss Jackson.
Yes, great one.
Great one. MIA's Paper Planes. That was everywhere. Journey's Don't Stop Believing.
Yes.
But I went with a song that I actually mentioned earlier, which is a one-hit wonder, but this one is undeniably, you can sing along to it, To Be With You, Mr. Big.
There we go. Undeniable sing-along songs. It's another RizzShow playlist. Scott, honorable mentions. Go.
Well, we're sticking with rock and roll, but I was thinking country. You know, we had Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. You got Alan Jackson's Chattahoochee. Willie Nelson's On the Road Again.
Yep.
And my favorite one, like for church functions or something like that, is Nine Inch Nails' Closer.
Yes.
Everyone loves singing to that one.
Sing along.
But
Ultimately, you went with
my boys from, Nevada, The Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, millennials and Gen Zs alike would shout every word to this song when it comes on. So, Lern had Mr. Biggs To Be With You. King Scott, The Killers, Mr. Brightside. My turn. All right, some honorable mentions. The Beatles, Hey Jude.
Oh, yeah.
The Na 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 Na. Come on.
Right.
Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Everybody knows that word. Everybody knows that song. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, of course. Oasis, Wonderwall.
Yes.
Toto's Africa. The chorus, it's irresistible and somehow always in key. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Smash Mouth's All-Star. That's a great sing-along. Eagles, Hotel California.
Yeah.
Great sing-along song. But ultimately, I picked this one. This is pure fist-pumping joy. And yes, you know every word. Undeniable sing-along songs. So we're putting all these songs up on a playlist called
Blow Your Fingers Off to This, Volume 1.
Well, and we really don't want you to blow your fingers off. We want you to have a great 4th of July weekend.
It's a little 4th of July humor.
Stop it.
You don't have to blow your fingers off.
No.
But it is on Spotify, and somebody asked if I would make an Apple playlist, and I won't. It's going to be in one place.
Okay, yes.
I'm sorry I cannot. I know I love Apple Music. I have it. But Spotify, you can play it off of Spotify for free. So please.
Yeah. Do it. Download it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. After the break, we'll give away some stuff, and we'll talk to our buddy Captain Jim. When it comes to fireworks, he's the guy. Captain Jim.
So you're going to tell me that you don't have no black cats,
No Roman candles or screaming memes? You don't got no lady fingers, fuzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doodahs, or crap flappers? You're gonna stand there and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, hoosker do's, hoosker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsy-daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
Well, I'll tell you what, the guy who sells all that stuff is on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Jim from Captain Jim's Fireworks.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, you know, it's the 2nd of July, so it's kind of wild out here at Captain Jim's, but having a nice calm morning and figured I'd call in and see what you guys were up to.
I tell you what, another successful Captain Jim's Fireworks yearly blow stuff up remote last week. Always have a blast. I mean, no pun intended.
So much fun.
With you, and to see the RizzShow listeners come out every year after year. We've been doing it, 14 years now?
Yeah, it's been a long time. And everybody loves it. They have a great time, and we get to blow stuff up and hang out and party.
I love it. I love hanging out with you. I love going out there. All right, so Jim, tell me what the most popular stuff this year is. What's flying off your shelves the most?
Well, we have some new 500 grams that have a ton of color to them that are really popular. Our reloadable shells are always popular, but we have a sale going on all of our big 60-gram reloadable shells. There's some new assortments in that where you can literally buy the entire show that you want all in one package. Walk in, walk out, spend 10 minutes in the store if you want. Or we have hundreds of items you can shop all day long. It's up to you.
Yeah, and you guys are open 24 hours, which is excellent. So
yes, we are.
If you got a hankering for bottle rockets at 4 o'clock in the morning, just roll on down to Captain Jim's. Yeah,
you leave the casino and you're bored. You come down and get some stuff to continue the fun.
Are there people that come at all hours?
It's wild. People like to come really late at night or really early in the morning. They like that it's cooler. The store doesn't have, it's not completely full of people. Our overnight staff is great. They know everything about the fireworks just like our daytime staff does. So you get the same experience, only it's a little bit cooler and a little more laid back.
Right. That's like the best. Open and you're open all year long too, which is also amazing. And you got to listen. The fact that 4th of July is on a Friday this year, that's good news for you, right?
Oh, it's gonna be fun. People are gonna take the extra day off of work. A lot of people will have a party Friday night, and they'll get up and realize that hey, it's only Saturday. We still don't have to go to work. We'll party again.
Yeah, that's awesome. And where you are, and your dad, your dad started the place how long ago? 40 some odd years ago.
Well, my grandmother started it out of her garage in 1947.
Oh my gosh!
And then Dad ran it until 2005 when he passed away, and then I've been doing it since then.
And it's been in the same spot.
In the exact same spot.
And that spot you have over there in West Alton, you've seen it all. Flooding, drought. That spot where you are at, again, every type of environment, and this year seems to be pretty perfect.
Oh, last week was hot, but man, the weather yesterday and the weather the next few days is going to be amazing. We really lucked out this year with the weather.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on another successful remote with us last week. And if you need fireworks, Captain Jim is the guy to go see in West Alton on Highway 67. Yeah. Of course, you got the no-dud guarantee, and you're open 24 hours. You're open 7 days a week, and that's why we love you, Jim.
We love you guys, too, and we appreciate it. And, come out and see us. We're fully stocked, and we got all the sales running, and before it gets nuts, come out.
Yep. Well, happy 4th of July. Tell your wife we said hi, and we'll talk to you soon.
Will do.
All right,
thanks, guys.
The great Captain Jim. All right. It is time to give away some stuff. And as is tradition, before the 4th of July break, we play Firework or Fake. That's right. Do we have a sponsor for the contest?
We do have a sponsor, CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com.
All right, so we've got a couple pairs of Incubus tickets left. Incubus Manchester Orchestra and Paris Jackson tomorrow over at Chaffetz. We got tickets to go see Social Distortion next Wednesday, a week from today over at the pageant. We got tickets to go see the Lumineers. Big summer show coming up on July 23rd at the amphitheater. And we got tickets to go see Adam Sandler Friday night, October 17th over at Enterprise. So I will read you the name of a firework. And you tell me if it's a real firework or did I just make it up.
Okay.
And you have a Lern lifeline if you need it. Scott's on the phones, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Scott, we good to go?
We are good to go.
All right, let's go to Lisa in Arnold. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Happy birthday to you and me, Rizz.
Oh, it's
Oh,
your
happy
birthday?
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah, happy
Lisa.
birthday.
My birthday is in 2 days.
Well, let's get you some tickets. All right, Lisa, firework or fake sizzling bacon?
Sizzling bacon.
Sizzling bacon.
Yeah,
Real or fake?
I'd say real.
She says real. It is real. 1 for 1. Unicorn farts. Real or fake?
Learn. Excuse you.
All right. I'm
Unicorn. Now you've walked around Captain Jim's and
I did.
mean you've seen some of the names of these fireworks. Unicorn farts. Real or fake?
I'm going to say that's real.
You say it's real. It is fake.
Damn it. Well, it should be real because that's awesome.
All right, Lisa.
It would be an
Right?
awesome one. Colorful.
Comes down to this. Real or fake firework? Angry pandas. Angry pandas.
I believe those are real.
She says real. And congratulations and happy birthday. Lisa. In fact, real. What do you want?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler,
Good
you are
choice.
going. Again, happy birthday. Have a great weekend. That's Lisa. Kim in Perryville. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
All right, Kim. Real or fake firework? Space Monkey Madness.
Let's go fake.
Fake, yes. How about Nuclear Sunrise?
Fake.
You say fake. It is fake. All right, winner. Kim, what do you want?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Final pair of tickets. Go to Kim. All right, hang on. All right, Rich in Owensville. Good morning, Rich.
Morning. Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Real or fake firework? Whistling Dixie.
That's real.
That's real. How about Glitter Bombsicle? The Glitter Bombsicle. Real or fake?
That sounds real.
Ooh, that is fake. All right, Rich. Comes down to this. Real or fake firework? Duck Dynasty Dynamite.
Let's go with Lauren. Let her take it.
Learn.
Man. Oh.
For the win. For Rich. The Duck Dynasty Dynamite. Is that a real or fake firework?
I mean, they would put their name on it, but I mean, where would they sell it? I'm going to say that's fake.
You say that's fake, and we say goodbye.
Damn
Rich.
it!
That is real.
Huh.
John at St. Louis. Good morning, John.
Good
John.
morning.
Hey, John. Real or fake firework? The alligator chomp.
I'll go with real.
That is real. How about the Waffle House Wrecker?
I'll go with fake.
The Waffle House Wrecker is fake indeed. Congratulations, John. Hang on.
So.
All right.
Hi.
Jessica, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Jessica. Real or fake firework? The zombie apocalypse.
Real.
That is real. How about the nacho cheese inferno?
Oh, my.
I want to say fake.
And that is fake. We got another winner.
Very good.
Chris, hello.
Happy birthday, Riz.
Hey, thanks,
Are you-
Chris. All right, Chris, here we go. Real or
Are you
fake?
guys out of Adam Sandler?
We are out of Adam Sandler. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. Go to the next person. Thank
You
you,
don't want Incubus tickets? You don't want Lumineers tickets? Come on,
What about
man.
Sandman tickets?
I want the Sandman.
All right, maybe next week. Goodbye. All right, William.
Hey, how's it going?
All right,
Happy
William.
birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Here we go. The Big Mama Jamma.
Ooh, I'm going to go with real.
That is real. How about the magic dumpster fire?
You know, I'm going to go fake on that one.
The magic dumpster fire, are you sure?
You know what? You're switching my mind. I'm going to go real.
Yeah, that's fake.
Okay. Don't ever
you
let
got
him
me.
do that to you.
Big dope. Okay, here we go. Real or fake firework for the win? The funky monkey.
Ooh. I'm going to go with real.
You say real, and it is real. Congratulations. All right, hang on. All right, Tim. Hello, Tim.
Hey, Rizz.
All right, Tim, you haven't played yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, Tim. The Sasquatch Sizzler, real or fake?
That's what Sizzler is going to be. Fake.
That is fake, yes. How about chicken on a chain?
Chicken on a chain. Let's go with real.
And we got another winner.
Very good.
All right, one final contestant. Let's go to Melvin in Melville. Hello, Melvin.
Hello.
All right, Melvin. Real or fake firework? Disco Inferno.
Real.
Fake. How about the cat fight?
Fake.
That is real. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Bye, Melvin.
Melvin from Melville.
I
Come
know.
on.
Don't ever move.
All right, let's see how you do, Lern.
Okay.
The lightning lizard.
Real. Damn it.
Chupacabra burst.
Fake.
Real. The bacon blitz.
That's fake.
Fake, yes. The poop emoji popper.
Huh. Fake.
That's real. The flaming rubber chicken.
That's real.
That is fake.
Oh.
The blonde joke.
That better not be real. That's fake.
That is real.
Oh, my goodness.
The grumpy grandpa.
That's real.
It's fake. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's real. I'm sorry. That is real.
Oh,
That's real.
apologies
Okay.
accepted.
Princess Sparkle Pants.
That's fake.
That's fake. The ninja assassin.
Real.
That's real. The Galactic Glitter Showdown.
Real.
Fake.
Damn it.
And God Bless America.
That's real. Of course it's real.
You're damn right that's real. Yeah. It's not God Bless America, it's God Bless America.
Well, that's how we say it this week.
Oh, how much joy has Terry brought us over these years?
so
A lot of joy. All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show. Coming up, the best soundtrack standout songs. Another Rizz Show playlist in just a couple minutes. I do want to get to some emails. RizzShow1057thepoint.com. We have a sponsor?
Yes, garage door giving you trouble. Call Glen Bros.
Yes,
Garage
Glen Bros.
At 618-900-4239 or glenbrothers.com.
So instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Of course, your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Hey, fellas and Lern, did you know that Courtney's Bar Rescue episode was basically in Kirkwood?
Oh.
Are you upset that she got something in town, or do you flex on her I'm sorry. Or do you flex on her and say they had to send you an hour away just so you wouldn't be recognized?
Oh.
And that is from Loyal Weirdo Joe.
You know, I hadn't thought about that, but that's a great reason.
I should start saying that to Courtney.
She'll smack
No, you know, we did our Bar Rescue episode first.
Yeah.
So we did ours first before she did hers, even though hers aired earlier in the season.
Right.
And ours was, of course,
the
season finale.
Wow. I mean,
Come on. Saved the
and
best for
what was
last.
so special about yours compared to hers, right?
I don't know. It's season finale. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I thought you had the host.
Cat Timpf?
Yeah, he wasn't on.
Or John Taffer?
Yeah, he wasn't on.
He was not on Courtney's episode.
Right.
So two.
Oh, we had a lot going for us.
We really did.
Huge.
I would have driven 3 hours away
Would you?
to
Look me in
be
the
on
eyes.
TV with John Taffer.
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Oh.
100%.
Okay.
By the way, I got to finally see the beginning part of that. You guys were fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
you
so
look
much.
great.
We do look
Yes.
great. I was so worried we were going to look like crap.
No, you
Well,
guys
we
look
shot
awesome.
it a year ago, and it aired this past Sunday. And Benjamin writes in, I know I'm late to the conversation, but you could buy the episode 40 on Prime Video for $1.99.
Too much.
I preferred to do my YouTube TV 2-day free trial.
Yes,
I
that's what I
watched
did.
it once, and that's it. People are like, did they send you a tape?
No, they didn't send us anything.
This isn't the 80s.
Yeah, they have budgets now.
Yeah.
Episode 40, season 9. You could buy it on Prime Video for $1.99. Again, that's from
awesome.
That's from Benjamin. If you missed it on Sunday, the original air date. But we do have news that Nick so we went out to a place called Slotsy's in Warden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's called Vitali's Hideaway.
Right.
Great name.
Nick, the owner, reached out yesterday, and he'll be coming on the show Wednesday.
Are
next
you
week.
kidding me?
It's going to be great.
This is awesome.
I have so many questions for him.
Yeah, me too. He seems like a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Excited.
I want to know from his perspective as a bar owner how it was to be on Bar Rescue.
Yeah, we just know as the spies.
Right.
And I want to know, did he know we were the spies? Not saying he knew who we were.
Sure. But like, were we giving off spy energy?
Man, if not, he's a great actor because the way that whenever John walked in the room there and his face was just stunned. I think he was finally shocked that it was you two.
Well, we're going to ask him a ton of questions next Wednesday. It'll be around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
This one is from Bradley. Dear RizzShow, I'm disappointed that you forgot that yesterday was the most important day of the year. July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh, duh, we forgot that yesterday.
Hey, do better. Now, do you know what Bobby Bonilla Day is?
No.
It's the biggest day of the year.
So Bobby Bonilla Day, and we had multiple people call in to take me to task for not recognizing what it is.
We never miss this.
So Bobby Bonilla Day is an unofficial baseball holiday celebrated every year on July 1st thanks to one of the most famous contracts in sports history. So here's the story. Back in the year 2000, the New York Mets wanted to part ways with player Bobby Bonilla, but they still owed him $5.9 million on his contract. So instead of paying him all at once, the Mets agreed to a deferred payment plan. Now, under this deal, Bobby Bonilla would receive $1,193,248.20 every July 1st, starting in 2011 and continuing until 2035.
Oh, wow.
So because of interest, Bonilla will end up collecting nearly $30 million from the New York Mets for that original $5.9 million.
So awesome. I'm so happy for that
why
guy.
does it matter? Every July 1st, baseball fans and sports media have fun with the fact that Bonilla, now long retired, is still getting a huge paycheck from the Mets.
Good for him.
Bobby Bonilla Day has become a symbol for quirky sports contracts and the power, really, of a good financial advisor.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, who is his who's his agent?
I want
who
to know
helped him
this
with
guy.
this?
I would imagine. Look it up. I bet you it's Scott Boras.
Scott Boras?
Scott Boras is like the
guy?
The guy.
Who else did Scott Boras help?
Like a ton of, like probably the biggest athletes
Really?
across all the sports.
Yeah. Let's see here. The agent behind.
The agent behind Bobby Bonilla's deferred payments, July 1st situation.
Man, come on.
Because it is, again, $5.9 million turns to $30 million. It may Scott Boras may be more recent.
Dennis Gilbert.
Dennis Gilbert, God bless him.
Dennis Gilbert, the agent responsible for negotiating the unique deferred payment contract for Bobby Bonilla and the New York Mets.
He's the guy I'd love to meet.
There we go.
What's up with him? Is he retired?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he like radio disc jockeys
But that was a special Pirates team whenever
to help
Bonds
them with
and
their
him were together.
contracts?
Yep.
That was sweet.
This one is from Team Rizz member Katie. Oh my God, I heard that person write in about The Easy Way to Stop Smoking by Alan Carr. He also wrote The Easy Way to Stop Drinking, which inspired the book I used, which is called This Naked Mind by Annie Grace. She uses the same method, but her book is far more recent with updated science and info. It's far less dated in every way. She says, I drank 6 to 7 drinks a night for over 5 years. More if I was off work that day or with friends. It was a problem. I was always looking forward to the next drink, feeling like crap if I was doing only one drink, dreading events I knew I'd have to drive home from and therefore couldn't drink like I wanted, etc. She says she was miserable. I didn't want to go to AA, And I knew that Nikki Glazer had used Alan Carr's book to quit drinking back when she was a blackout drunk, so I figured why not?
And that was the episode on Dak Shepard's podcast that I was thinking of. I thought it was somebody else, but it was Nikki.
Yeah, the special part of this method is you're allowed to keep drinking while reading the book. You just have to be sober when you read the chapter each day. That keeps you from ever feeling like you're withholding something from yourself. So as long as you commit to finishing the book, you will come out of it being over alcohol for good.
That's great.
She says she's been sober since October 2nd, 2021. She could also easily be around alcohol, even heavy drinking, without feeling remotely tempted. She says she's 100% certain she'll never drink again. I enjoy everything about life 50 times more. Concerts, parties, and sex are worlds better than ever. Trust me, reading this book was the best decision I ever made. That is from Team Rizz member Katie.
That's awesome.
Well, congratulations.
Yay.
So she said she used the book This Naked Mind by Annie Grace.
Okay.
Hey, RizzShow. I grew up in Perryville and still often visit the Gilster plant. Mm-hmm. That's the one where the guy died in the oven.
Yes.
Oh.
The Gilster plant is one of the biggest employers in the town, and it's, of course, extremely tragic somebody died on the job. Gilster makes a variety of packaged store-brand foods, including cereals, cake, and cookie mixes, pizza crusts, and mac and cheese. Also, the bakery Lern mentioned, Heckley's. Hockley's Bakery. She says it's pronounced Heckley's.
Oh, well, in my family, we pronounce it Hockley's because my stepdad's from Chester. So that's what he calls it.
She says it's Heckley's.
Sure it is.
She says, I grew up eating their donuts and coffee cakes, and they made many a birthday cake for me and my wedding cake they also made for her.
That coffee cake that I'm talking about, and it sells out daily, is delicious. You put it in your freezer, and you take it out, and you cut it cold. The icing is so good, and there's little peanuts in the icing. It is so freaking good. Go get some.
She says, love the show, 3 out of 5 stars. Hello, all. I'm a longtime listener from Edwardsville. Love the show. I was listening to your segment about movies with major plot holes. And I want to point out one in the Terminator movies.
Okay.
And she says, I think a lot of people missed this. And this is from Ashley, by the way. She says, I love Arnold as the Terminator. But it's never explained why Skynet would program Terminators to speak English with a German accent.
That's a good point.
She says, I've always found this especially strange since Terminators can mimic our voices to perfection and are supposed to be programmed with intuitive software that makes them adapt to us. Arnold does a pretty good job sounding robotic, but you could still clearly hear the German accent.
Right. That's a great point.
Maybe it needed more grease or something.
Surprised scriptwriters didn't try to write an explanation into the plot at some point. But that is from Ashley.
I love that.
Perfect observation.
That is hilarious.
This one's from Morgan. Morning, guys. I'm listening to the show, and you guys are talking about bringing your semen samples to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I had to do IVF to have our kids, and if you live within 45 minutes of the clinic, you could get your sample at home, put it between your legs, and drive it to the clinic. If you live further than 45 minutes, you have to give the sample at the clinic. Our clinic only has a couch, so my husband said it was very weird and uncomfortable, and you could hear people talking outside the door. So basically, if you need some help, you have to use your phone. That's from Morgan.
Thank you, Morgan.
Dang. That sounds fun.
And finally, in your emails, good morning, RizzShow.
Morning.
Listening to the show about teenage drivers. I have 3 teenagers in the house currently. One chooses not to drive, the older of the 3. And honestly, he would get in the most trouble as a driver. The other 2 are driving. Insurance is outrageous. We were able to find a cut-rate insurance company to insure them for $200 a month per kid. This was a much better deal than the mainstream companies charging about $500 a month per kid. Cost is a real issue with kids not wanting to drive. Side note, one of my teenagers was in a car accident, which made their rates double from about $250 a kid to about $500 a kid.
Damn.
Either way, to expect teenagers to be able to afford even the $250 a month is pretty crazy. To expect parents to pay this, especially with multiple teenagers, is a hard ask. But Rizz is also right. Teenagers seem to have little to no motivation these days. Thanks for listening. Keep up the good work. And that is from Dan. My point is, Now, it's a thing where teenagers are not wanting to get their licenses.
Right.
My point is, it's not the fact that they're not getting them. It's that the fact that they don't want to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they
fact
need
that
to.
they don't want to be self-sufficient. To get a ride somewhere, they need to be reliant on somebody else. The fact that they don't want to be independent. A car for me, and I'm speaking probably for you two as well, was freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom to
100%.
leave the house when you wanted to and go where you wanted to.
Yeah.
If I had to go to work, I drove myself. If I wanted to get something at the store, I drove myself. If I wanted to go see a friend, I drove myself. The independence of it, the non-reliance of my parents or somebody else to bring me to wherever I wanted to go.
Right.
The fact that some kids, that's not the motivation for them, is mind-blowing.
Was this shocking that kids would rather stay at home or hopefully get someone to come pick them up than the idea of whenever you see a highway, you're like, man, there's a destination somewhere down the road that I want to go to.
I didn't feel
Can't wait
that
to
way.
do that.
I just didn't want to rely on somebody else. If I wanted to go somewhere, I went when I wanted to.
Well, it also plays back to an argument or topic that you brought up earlier this week about how home is too comfortable. How kids aren't playing outside because it's so comfortable inside. They have everything they could possibly want and need in there. And they probably don't want to leave their houses. They have their devices. They can be adventurous through apps and through social media. And they're not seeing the purpose of being independent and actually driving somewhere. And that sucks because I think you're right. Like for us, we didn't have all of the, I mean, the internet existed, but it was definitely not how it is now. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would be a teenager right now, if I would be one of those at-home kids not wanting my license, or if I would want that independence.
Well, and yeah, sure, you could call an Uber, but Ubers are expensive.
Right.
And yeah, also driving's expensive, but with the Uber, you still got to wait for the car, you know.
It's a stranger. Yeah.
It's a headache.
I don't think, can you take an Uber if you're 16?
They do have teen.
Like a teen
really?
program
They do have
for
a
it?
teen
That's
program for Uber. But yeah, some good emails. Thank you very much for writing. Thank you very much for listening. All right, time for another RizzShow playlist. The theme for the 8 o'clock hour here is best soundtrack standout songs. That's what we're doing right now. So our 3-song playlist will be put up on our Spotify playlist entitled
Blow Your Fingers Off to This, Volume 1.
Okay. So best soundtrack standout songs. I'll start, and I'll give you my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me from
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Okay. Survivor's Eye of the Tiger from
Rocky.
Rocky. Which one?
2.
Rocky 3. That's correct. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. Danger Zone from Kenny Loggins from Top Gun. Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You from The Bodyguard. Ray Parker Jr. Ghostbusters. How about this one from Rocky? I forgot about this one. This is a great soundtrack.
Living in
song.
America?
Well, that is a great one.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
it's not James Brown.
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
this one. I mean, this is an actual song. It's called Gonna Fly Now. All right, there's that one.
Is that a piece or a song?
There are words.
Oh, okay.
Gonna fly now. You don't know?
I forgot it had words in it.
Oh, let's get a little.
Give a little
Let's
taste.
go into this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that works. Bill Conti is the guy.
So good, man.
Berlin's Take My Breath Away
Oh, yeah, Top Gun.
from Top Gun. Kiss 'em a Rose from Seal from Batman Forever.
Yep, had that one on mine.
1995. And here's my pick for best soundtrack standout song. Song came out in 2002. It won an Academy Award. It captures the movie's raw intensity. I'm talking Eminem's Lose Yourself. From the 8 Mile soundtrack, best soundtrack standout songs, Eminem's Lose Yourself. Another RizzShow playlist. All right, Scott, you're up next.
Fantastic. Well, I went with classic, but first I was thinking of a great song from the old days of the 90s was Can't You Trip Like I Do from Filter. And,
great one.
Crystal Method.
Crystal Method, thank you. And then, but the one I wish, well, there's That Thing You Do, The Wonders. That
Okay.
song rips. But the song I wanted to play, but it's probably too dang boring for our station, is Frou Frou, Let Go from the Garden State soundtrack. That song
that's a
is so
great
beautiful.
song.
I don't know.
So give that a listen. But I wanted to go with the classic, my favorite first CD I ever bought. Everything was Simon and Garfunkel, and it's from the movie The Graduate, and it's a song called Mrs. Robinson. So I want to do the version that's not Simon and Garfunkel.
Well, all right. So Mrs. Robinson from the Graduate soundtrack, but originally done by Simon and Garfunkel, but
perfected by
the Lemonheads version is
it's awesome.
Pretty
too.
awesome.
It's
and you
so
don't
good.
hear this very often.
No, and they look so cool too in that video.
Best soundtrack standout songs. Learn, your turn.
Yes, so I went with Grow Old With You from The Wedding Singer, Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Stood out. Shallow, A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Temper Trap's Sweet Disposition from 500 Days of Summer. I feel like that song blew up after that movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. State of Love and Trust from Single Soundtrack, which was excellent. But I had to go with the OG from The Crow, Dead Souls, Nine Inch Nails cover.
All right. Best soundtrack standout songs. RizzShow.
The Rizzuto Show.
All right, just a couple news stories here before we get to sports. I hate to do this story, Learn, about the van and the cats.
Oh my God, I saw this yesterday and I was enraged.
So California's Merced County Sheriff's Office found 136 cats crammed inside a U-Haul.
Oh my!
And the U-Haul was parked outside of a Taco Bell in the parking lot with 1/5 of the cats dead.
Awful.
What?
No food or water.
Yeah, officials shared pictures of the cats crammed into the van.
What?
Bodies pressed against the windows. Kittens found squeezed into cardboard boxes inside.
This woman.
So somebody rented that, filled it up with cats.
Which I understand the want of, I'm going to have a U-Haul full of cats. Yes, they are incredible.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do
There
this.
There is, okay? They need air conditioning and water and food and space to stretch out.
Is this something Taco Bell's investing in, maybe?
No, I think that's just Taco Bell just got caught up in this terrible story.
I think this is something
If Rafe
deeper.
were here, he would definitely find the conspiracy.
Wait a minute.
I'm not accusing anyone of anything.
Wait a minute.
You leave those soft potato tacos alone.
69-year-old Jeannie Maxon was arrested on 93 counts of animal cruelty.
Oh, man.
After 106 extremely emaciated cats and 28 dead cats were recovered. A deputy first noticed, I mean, it's a sad situation.
It really is.
Seeing around 20 cats in need of help through the van's windshield. No food inside, no water inside. The local animal services shelter is tending to the cats.
Golly.
Ay.
Look, I love cats too. This is never going to be how it rolls with me. Okay, like if you in the end of, or not in the end, but in the middle of Bridesmaids, the movie where what's her face gets all the puppies from the bridal shower and she's like rolling down the highway in a van full of puppies, like that. I want to be her.
Yeah.
But you got to do it right. You can't be stuffing 15,000 cats in the U-Haul.
If you had one wish, it would be for a van full of cats.
Oh man, just animals and yes,
The van full of cats.
love it.
Whoa, the picture is crazy.
I know.
It's so
it's
terrible.
very sad.
Oh my gosh.
And on the human front, a young lifeguard was seriously injured last week after a beach umbrella impaled her. And this was a freak accident. So the lifeguard, they say she was about 19 or 20 years old, attempted to secure a big umbrella to her lifeguard chair. Mm-hmm. So picture she has to climb up on top of a
Stilted chair.
Yeah.
on top of a stilted chair.
Either
So she's trying to put the umbrella on it. A sudden gust of wind caught the umbrella just as she was positioning it, throwing her off balance. She fell backward. The umbrella fell as well. And she hit the ground and the umbrella came
Impaled
down
her?
on top of her and impaled her.
Oh my gosh.
dang.
Pierced her left armpit and exited near her back.
Holy, that was pretty close to.
Yeah.
That's awful.
The aluminum pole, approximately 1 inch in diameter, became lodged in her body. She was conscious. She was alert through the whole thing. Other lifeguards provided first aid until emergency responders arrived. Firefighters cut away most of the pole, leaving a foot-long section in her arm
It's kind of cool.
before taking her to the hospital. So they just saw the rest of the thing off
Yeah.
and then take her to the hospital.
If she ran, it would sound. Be kind of neat.
Despite her injuries, they say she demonstrated remarkable composure.
She's a lifeguard. They have
Rescue
remarkable
workers say
composure.
she actually was way better than most people would be. She just really complained about being hot.
I'm just really hot.
How can she be hot? She has shade right
That's
there.
true. The shade
That
is
makes no
sticking out
sense.
of you, ma'am.
Well, once a year or so, you hear stories about people not securing umbrellas to the beach or wherever, and then a big gust of wind coming, and somebody getting hurt, somebody getting killed.
That happened yesterday. There was a big gust of wind on my deck, and Tim had just hung all these lights above our deck and, strewn around. And the big gust of wind took my umbrella, almost took the lights out.
Oh.
Had to go out there and fix some stuff.
Yep. He's all right, though, right?
Everything's fine.
Okay, everything's fine.
Allegedly.
All right, that's news. Here's sports. All right, in sports, sponsored by?
Presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for all of the special promotions.
All right, we'll start here at home. The St. Louis Cardinals played the Pirates last night. It was a nail-biter, Scott. If you consider a game where almost nothing happens till the very end, a nail-biter, okay.
It's one of those fun games. Great pitching on both sides. Yay.
The Pirates managed to win 1-0, which means the Cardinals didn't score at all. The only run came in the 8th inning thanks to a play called Lern, a sacrifice fly.
Oh.
So picture this.
Okay.
A Pirates player hits the ball just far enough for his teammate to sprint home and score, but not so far that he'd get out, if that makes sense. The Cardinals had a real chance to tie it up in the 9th and maybe even win, but the Pirates catcher made a crucial tag at home plate, stopping the Cardinals in its tracks. It's the Pirates' 5th straight win, while for the Cardinals, it's back to the drawing board tonight.
Yeah. And again, Bears seem to lose to the Pirates. No offense, but they're not a World Series team ever. So what are we doing, guys?
Switching over to hockey, some roster shuffling happening with the St. Louis Blues. The team has traded forward Zach Bolduc to the Montreal Canadiens. In return, the Blues get Logan Malloy, or Malou. I don't know really how to say it. Mailloux. I hear people saying it different ways.
It better be Malou.
Malou sounds good.
In the Lou.
So a young defenseman. So if you don't follow hockey, basically we swapped a promising scorer for a promising defender. Both are 22, have a lot of their careers ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
I saw a lot of Blues fans in my feed that are like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pile on board with that opinion.
Because that's my old joke is that, defense wins a game. You don't want offense. You want defense. Who cares about offense?
Do we have any good offenders?
It's
What's
always
happening?
bittersweet to say goodbye to a player, but the hope is this new kid will help shore up the Blues defense for plenty of seasons to come.
Okay.
Let's go across the pond for a moment. Coco Gauff, the young American tennis star who just won her first French Open last month, is out at Wimbledon after just one match. She lost to a player ranked much, much lower, a player from the Ukraine. After the match, Coco was visibly upset, said she was disappointed in herself. Even champions have tough days, and for Coco, Wimbledon continues to be a tricky tournament for her. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian who beat her, obviously thrilled. And I guess the Wimbledon continues this weekend. Here's one for pop culture fans. The New York Yankees are giving away a George Costanza bobblehead at the game in August, and people are going nuts. Already reselling them.
Yeah.
For $250. That's 5 times more than the cheapest ticket to the game. If you remember, George Costanza worked for the Yankees on Seinfeld, and the bobblehead shows him napping under his desk, just like in the show.
It's great. It's such a cute bobblehead, too.
It's
How
great.
awesome is this?
We
That'd
need
be
to
a dream, man.
Listen, hear me out. I just want to put this out there to the Cardinals. We need a John Hewlett bobblehead. Next year is his...
He doesn't have a...
He
What?
doesn't. We need one. I don't know what next year will be for his time as the PA announcer at Busch Stadium, but next year will be his 50th anniversary on the radio.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
And so the Cardinals need to do it. I mean, the KC listeners, everybody would go and buy that up. So
course.
Yeah.
get it done.
Next year.
Next year.
And finally, some uplifting news. Football legend Randy Moss will be back on ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown this season after taking time off for cancer treatment. Randy Moss is only 48, stepped away last December after being diagnosed with cancer in his bile duct.
Ooh.
He's undergone surgery, he's undergone treatment, and his return has been called the highlight of the offseason by ESPN. At the Super Bowl, Randy Moss got emotional when friends and colleagues sent video tributes, and he thanked everybody for their support. And it's a good reminder of the challenges athletes and all of us can face off the field.
Yeah.
All right, that is your RizzShow Sports. We'll take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Have a great long weekend.
Oh, thank you.
We will.
Yes.
Maybe you're working tomorrow. Sorry, we're
Sucks.
not. All right, if you missed anything on the program today, Clip of the Day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. The podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled
The Late Night Cheese Snack.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Scott, what else?
Yeah, I decided if I get over 1 million friends on Venmo by 4th of July, and it's only $1 to be my friend, so it's very easy. Go to
That's
King
cool.
Scout Rules on Venmo. I will do a live stream of Minecraft fireworks show display for everybody for free.
All right.
So nice of you.
Thank you for that incredible waste of time. Learn.
Yes, you can follow me at Lern versus Radio. Hey, get on the Rizz Show socials. Yesterday, we shared the "Blow Your Fingers Off to This" Volume 1 playlist
It rips.
for your
It
weekend.
does rip.
It's about 5 hours of music, so that's pretty cool. And you can listen to all the songs we played on the air and talked about, and it will be spectacular.
Hey, you know, we didn't get to the fourth playlist, the acoustic jams. Why don't you throw that up? What we would have played.
Yeah, I will,
Ooh, yeah.
for sure.
All right. Well, have a great weekend. We leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Hazelwood. Laura DeClue.
Yeah.